You've been hearing us talk about imperial yeast for a while now, and that's because we absolutely love the stuff. With 200 billion cells in each pitch-right pouch, we rarely need to make starters these days. While originally based out of Portland, Oregon, imperial yeast has expanded to the East Coast, meaning even more people have access to their incredible lineup of yeast, including popular strains like A07 Flagship, A38 Juice, A09 Pub, and a Brülosophy favorite, L17 Harvest. So good. Whether you brew at home or on the commercial scale, imperial yeast has what you need to make the best beer possible. You can check out all of their available strains and start your planning at imperialyeast.com. Hey everybody, this is the Brülosophy Podcast. I'm your host Marshall Schott, and today I am joined by a couple of the best beer reviewers this side of the King River, maybe? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
that works.
The San Joaquin.
That's right, that's Justin Pretzer and Craig Fry to review the 7th installment of the Brew Club's AvgBrü beers. For this quarter, the style members of the Brew Club chose to focus on is one that I absolutely love, Germany's oldest beer style that was brewed over 2 centuries ago by monks in Dusseldorf, Altbier. Now, as you may have noticed, we are missing an important piece of our puzzle today. Old Timmy Tim, who had some other obligations, his daughter's into golf, and so he has to go do that kind of stuff. But rest assured, he will be back for future reviews, unless we tell him not to come back.
Who knows? He's being a good dad today.
He's a good old dad.
Normally he's our dad, but
he's
he had to
actually
be a real dad today.
He's on strike. I can see him outside walking the sidewalk.
He's picketing out in front of my house.
He wants better working conditions.
I'm sure we're going to have fun regardless, but have either of you guys, we're drinking a beer right now, but have either of you guys prior to this one ever had an alt beer?
Not knowingly.
That's what I kind of figured the response would be, that if you've had it, you didn't realize that it was called alt beer. Right?
Yeah, I tend to stay away from the alt styles of liquor. Stick the old basics.
Stick to the basic. Well, alt beer actually is a really interesting style that has a pretty curious history, like a lot of German beers seem to. You guys know what Kolsch is?
Yes. One of my favorites. I love the one at Crown
So
Wolf.
alt beer is the traditional beer of Dusseldorf, whereas Kolsch is the traditional beer of Köln, I believe is how they say it, or Cologne. Apparently, these two regions of Germany have had a long-standing feud over which beer is better, alt beer or Kolsch. And naturally, people from Dusseldorf prefer alt beer, while the folks in Köln prefer Kolsch. Now, I've never been to either of these cities, but I know people who live or have lived in both, and they have confirmed that this rumor is true. In fact, one buddy of mine who currently lives in Dusseldorf told me that reactions to someone trying to order a Kolsch at a pub in Dusseldorf range from lighthearted laughter to downright criticism, sweeping you out the old pub, I believe.
I'm assuming you're referring to the Altstadt section or the old section of the brew pubs, right?
Well, listen to this guy.
Wow.
Dusseldorf.
You should be doing the
just
intro.
east of China.
So keep that in mind, though, that if you're ever planning on a visit to Germany, especially if you're in one of these two regions, order the right beer, because it's important over there, apparently. Either way, I'm a huge fan of this delicious style, and I love that the Brew Club chose it for this AvgBrü. Now, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, or you just want a cool group of like-minded people to hang out with, you can learn much more about the Brew Club by visiting thebruclub.com, which will redirect you to the very active Facebook group. They've got all kinds of cool stuff going on. In fact, in addition to working on the next AvgBrü style, they just announced their annual Brew Santa deal that they're doing. It sounds like a lot of fun, where members ship each other unique beers from the region where they live. Just cool stuff altogether. Currently, base membership is free, so go now. You've got nothing to lose, and if you're listening to this show, you're probably going to enjoy being a part of the club. All right, if you like what we're up to and you want us to keep doing it, please consider becoming a patron of Brülosophy by committing to a small monthly pledge over at patreon.com/Brülosophy. You'll receive rewards like access to unpublished contributor recipes, unique discounts at YakimaValleyHops.com, and an invitation to a monthly live Q&A session with somebody in the brewing world. All past sessions of those Q&A sessions are available on our private Patreon and Facebook pages, so you can go back and watch them whenever you like. Learn more about becoming a patron over at patreon.com/Brülosophy. Another really easy way to help us out is by using the links found at brülosophy.com/support. When you're shopping online, your experience doesn't change a bit, and we get a little kickback for the referral. Finally, if you wouldn't mind letting us know what you think about this show by leaving a rating and review in Apple Podcast or wherever it is you listen to podcasts, we'd really appreciate it. People have been leaving some pretty good reviews. Yeah, Justin?
And apparently Marshall has fans that want to walk through pumpkin patches and apple orchards and It's
The
pretty
cool
incredible.
part is we get to do that with him.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
We're
are
going to the pumpkin
fortunate.
patch after this, right?
Yeah.
We're going to all just frolic through the pumpkins. All right. Feedback is brought to you by Clawhammer Supply, who, in addition to having an awesome YouTube channel chock full of great brewing related content, sell what we believe to be some of the coolest electric brewing systems on the market. If you've been considering making the move from propane to electric, you owe it to yourself to check out what Clawhammer Supply has to offer. Whether you're after a 120 volt, 5-gallon unit or something bigger like their powerful 240 volt 10-gallon system, Clawhammer has got you covered. Learn more about everything they have to offer at clawhammersupply.com. And don't forget to check out their YouTube channel as well. Listener Brian Ruckert wrote in with some feedback on our recent episode where we discussed the experiments that have most influenced us. Brian said, I enjoyed hearing your unfiltered opinions on past experiments and how they've affected your respective brewing processes. I've never understood the people that give you all such a hard time about, quote, ruining the hobby, as if what you're doing is poisoning young, impressionable minds. I've always felt that Brewlosophy provides credence to the OG homebrewers mantra, relax, don't worry, have a homebrew. It's as if people writing you hate-filled messages have forgotten their roots. I'm a science teacher by profession, and we teach our students the claim evidence reasoning framework for argumentative writing. Brewlosophy is simply the evidence for Charlie's original claim to relax, don't worry, have a homebrew. The evidence, here are a bunch of experiments documented by Brewlosophy, and the reasoning, homebrewing is a hobby and should be fun. The evidence above shows that you can make awesome beer at home using a variety of methods and procedures. Don't fret if you make a mistake or do something different or outside of an established norm. It's still going to be great beer, and in many cases you won't be able to tell a difference. Relax, people. Good grief. I love what you guys do. Thanks for keeping the homebrew dream alive for me. I've brewed on and off for 20 years now. Kids slowed things down for a while in the middle, and your podcast and articles have really reignited my interest in the past few years. Thank you so much for the kind words, Brian. I think I speak for all of us at Brewlosophy when I say that it really is nice to hear from people who appreciate what we're doing every once in a while. I said it in an episode in that episode that you referred to, that we're doing what we're doing is satiating our interest, really. We're not making any claims of certainty. We're not trying to change anybody's preferred method or change their minds. We're just doing what's fun for us. To get offended by that, I honestly don't get it. And I probably never will, but whatever. There are a lot of other things that people do that I do that people don't get. So I'm cool with that. And if they want to hate us for that, that's okay. Do you guys have any thoughts on this whole thing?
If you hate Marshall, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Stop telling people to unsubscribe. We need...
How do you hate? You are bringing the prophecy of beer to the lay.
We should change our name to Brew Prophecy.
Brewprophecy.com. Oh, that's a good one.
That's good.
I trademarked that. You can't use that.
Okay,
that's
TM. All right. Well, thanks again, Brian. We appreciate you reaching out to us. If you have show feedback, you can send it to feedback@brewlosophy.com or drop us a line on social media. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to our new YouTube channel, The Brewlosophy Show, so you're notified when the new episodes drop. Martin has put a lot of work into this project. We're super proud of it, and we think you're going to love it too. To find the channel, you can search YouTube for Brewlosophy, or just go to youtube.com/@TheBrewlosophy Show with no umlaut. All right, we'll be right back with AvgBrü Altbier reviews. After a long brew day, the last thing I want to do is waste more time chilling wort. I've tried so many different options, and ultimately I settled on the super efficient immersion chillers made by Jaded Brewing. With the King Cobra and Hydra, I'm able to chill my entire batch of wort from boiling to just a few degrees above groundwater temperature in as little as 6 minutes. If an immersion chiller is right for your brewery, then do yourself a favor and check out all of the rad options Jaded Brewing has to offer at jadedbrewing.com. And be sure to let them know Brewlosophy sent you. Have you ever thought about adding a port to your kettle but held off because you didn't feel like drilling into your gear or sending it off to have someone else do it? From the makers of the world's fastest counterflow chiller, the Exchillerator, comes the Hangover, the easiest way to add extra ports to your kettle as well as countless other options. Mount a faucet to your keg for easy portable pouring. Set up the perfect whirlpool arm. Hold a heating element in place. All of this and so much more without permanently modifying your gear. Manufactured right here in the United States, the Hangover offers brewers too many convenient solutions to list here. So head over to Exchillerator.com today to see what the Hangover can do for you. I first learned of Altbier as a style right around the time I switched from extract to all grain brewing, which was probably 14 or 15 years ago. And oddly, I only realized I'd actually drank quite a bit of Altbier after I learned of what the style was. Have you guys ever heard of Alaskan Brewing Company?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. Yeah, they're very, very popular here in the Central Valley in the
Oh,
summer.
yeah. It was so easy to find their beers, right? So back when I first got into craft beer while I was living up in Washington State, Alaskan was incredibly popular, especially Alaskan Amber, their amber style beer, which I drank a ton of back then. Well, if you look at the label, which you can't see on these because I ripped them off, but if you look at the label, it clearly says that it is an alt style beer. And while it's not a traditional German example, in fact, I think they kind of refer to it as like a old world with a new world twist type of thing. I actually think it's a really good beer in general, or at least I did. We're going to crack one now, pour it into our glasses. Now, given our lack of access to quality German beers here in the Central Valley, we did pick some Alaskan Amber up for us to drink as we go through some of the parameters and all of the stuff. I did mention in the last episode, the Saison episode, that I really wanted to start off these with some form of a commercial example. And so I looked everywhere for not only German versions of alt beer here in the Central Valley, could not find them. Alaskan, we used to have ample access to. It took 5 stores. Thanks to Justin for stopping at Bevmo to grab some on the
Heroes
way
don't
over.
wear capes.
You are
They
a
don't.
hero, and you are wearing a cape, dude. Don't lie. Don't lie to our
I'm
listeners.
just fit.
I'm just fit. So, anyways, this can serve as sort of a commercial baseline. Obviously, you could have 5 different beers of the same exact style. You guys have done this. They're all going to taste different, but this gives us something to drink while we're going over all of the parameters.
Kind of sets the bar for the rest of the day.
A wee bit, yeah. And there's I am confident that some of the beers that we're gonna have here are probably gonna be better, and maybe some will be not so good in our subjective opinions. So let's just keep an open mind for that. According to the BJCP, Altbier is a cold-conditioned, top-fermenting beer from Dusseldorf that has a cleaner and smoother palate than is typical for most ales. Alt refers to the old style of brewing using top fermenting yeast. This guy knows it. I honestly should be.
Craig,
You're
I
like
come
a book of
prepared.
beer.
I come prepared.
He, as the kids say, he searched it up about an hour ago.
I did the Google.
Did some
Googled it.
homework.
Yeah, and that was common before bottom fermenting lager became popular. So I think that's cool. So this was kind of in the evolution towards lager styles of beer, which are bottom fermented and fermented cool. They were using ale yeasts, so Saccharomyces cerevisiae, but fermenting them really cool and it's sort of almost like lager, like it's considered a hybrid style of beer for that reason, to restrain esters, phenols, all of that stuff, so that you get this nice, clean fermentation character.
So
Now,
I know what bottom style means. Craig is newer to this. Can you explain to him what bottom style fermenting means?
Like a bottom feeder?
Similar, yes.
yeah,
They put a fish in there and it eats all the
it eats all the
phenols.
stuff. So bottom fermenting is just refers to where my understanding is where the yeast does its work, and so lager yeast will quite literally go to the bottom of the beer and ferment from the bottom, whereas you'll see ale yeast gets really active towards the top of the. They call it top fermenting. I could be wrong on that, but that's how they're referred to. So.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
convinced
good.
if that's
Yeah.
the case.
Did I sound smart? I could be completely off on that, and it still sounds smart. So now I mentioned earlier that I have a friend who lives in Dusseldorf, and not only has he sent me numerous local versions of alt beer, but every time I see him, he brings me bottles as well. He knows how much I love alt beer. So I've been really lucky to be able to sample quite a few genuine German examples of this. Suffice to say, I love it, and I can't wait to get into these AvgBrü reviews. Now, the parameters for this one are pretty much what I'd expect for the style. The malts, Pilsner and or Munich malt. Now, a note. Usually they're like, you got to use this, this, and this, right? This one, they did quite a few and ors, which is kind of cool.
I like it.
So do
Extra
I.
points already, right?
Yeah.
I have a feeling the guys who designed this are like, okay, so no one's really following the rules. So why don't we...
Because they know what they're doing.
That's right. So base malt, Pilsner and or Munich malt. So it can be a blend or one of each, either of each. Caramel malts, you can use Cara Munich of any roast level, so 1, 2, or 3, and or medium crystal or caramel malt. Specialty malts, you can use Melanoidin, but you don't have to. That's an optional one. And then roasted grains, Carafa of any roast level, so 1, 2, or 3, and or pale chocolate. Pale chocolate's one of my favorite grains for this type
It's
of
like
beer.
all the rules have gone out the window.
Yeah,
It's like, what
I'm
are we-
actually getting hungry now talking about all this
You want some chocolate now.
roasted and chocolate. And
I mean, cheapers.
The hops, you have to bitter with Magnum. Mid-boil hops have to be any German noble variety. So that's Tettnanger, Hallertau, Spalt. Satz is a Czech noble variety. So I have a feeling that wasn't
The
on the
hops just
table.
have to be angry.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, angry.
That's what it boils down
Hey,
to.
I'm German, dude.
So am I.
And look how
they're my
angry
people, and
they're us.
I'm uptight and wound.
Yeah. Uptight and round. Late boil hops have to be either Tettnang or Hallertau Mittelfrüh. Both fantastic hop varieties from Germany. And then the yeast, I love this one. There's no parameters on this. Any yeast they want to use.
Triple points.
They can use a lager yeast. They can use a hazy IPA type of yeast. They can use the traditional type of yeast that I would use, which would be something like Imperial Yeast GO2 Kaiser or AvgBrü Köln, which is a Kolsch yeast. But, don't tell the people in Dusseldorf.
999.
It actually makes a really good alt beer. So all kinds of options in this one, and I think that's kind of fun. As far as the actual brewing parameters go, they have to mash at 67 Celsius, which is 152 to 153 Fahrenheit, for 60 minutes. They have to boil for 60 minutes, and they're targeting...
Not to cut you off, though.
Nope.
Craig, but we're going to cut you off because this is the boring part.
Yeah, go.
Craig and I drank all of our commercial examples.
Yes.
There's another bottle right there, right in front of you.
Okay, I
Justin.
didn't know if we were allowed to open it.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
It's pretty... So we're going to talk about that
All
one
right,
first,
back
actually.
to boiling.
So, and then they're targeting an IBU, so bitterness of 30 to 40. That's spot on. And then targeting an OG. The original gravity has to be between 1040 and 1049, which is actually a pretty big spread. And that 1040 is lower than the floor that the BJCP says. I think they say 1044 or something like that. So we might get some really sessionable alt beers today. Who knows? Again, this all sounds pretty good to me. I've always used a traditional alt beer yeast myself, but I'm really stoked to see if anyone tried something different and how it turned out. Now, before we start our reviews, what do you guys think of Alaskan Amber? Let's kind of hinge our, this baseline. Get our baseline.
Let's talk
going with
about
this
how
beer.
it looks. Gorgeous off-white foam.
Almost bourbon-like, right?
Very
Yeah,
bourbon-like
it
in
does.
color. Super coppery. Clear.
Very
low
clear.
carbonation. I mean, this just looks good. Real good.
Yeah. And so I want to I know this is not people are going to be, that's not a real German alt beer. It's an alt style beer. It's all we had access to. But I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are in terms of like the mouthfeel, the flavor, the aroma.
Low-bodied, maybe kind of pinging into that medium-bodied type of deal. Very malty, bready.
You're nailing it. That's what I get in
Yeah,
everything. It's
I was-
a low to medium
yeah.
body, real
Yeah.
bready.
But like a dark bread, not like a light bread.
Yeah, like a
there's-
pumpernickel or something like that,
This
yeah.
got some roast to it.
There's a unique
some
thing about
dark
this.
cherry?
Totally. And that's what I was just going to say. You've done this so many times with me so I have a feeling they use at least some Munich malt in this. And there's a unique thing that I get from beers that are high in Munich, or not even high, but have a decent amount, enough to make it this color. And it is a dark cherry, but a really pleasant. Some people hate it.
Yeah, it's not off-putting. It's just it's there.
It's there, and it's really hard to describe, but cherry's the best thing that I can come up with for it, and I quite like it in this beer. But I could see how some wouldn't. Particularly, I think what makes it palatable in a beer like Alaskan Amber is the hopping. You don't get a huge hop aroma or bouquet or flavor,
No.
but you get the bitterness, and it balances out the other notable characteristic for this to me, which is its sweetness. It's almost sticky after you swallow it, at least to me.
Yeah, so with it sitting in my mouth a little bit, I get a little chocolatey, little roasty, like a roasted chocolate almond taste in my mouth
Okay, I could see that.
after it's sitting for about a couple minutes.
It was crazy. Was going from the Miller Lite to this. I didn't like the first sip of this, but when that Miller Lite kind of washed out, which is probably one of the greatest beers ever made,
True.
I don't disagree.
this just continues to hang out and it wants to party. It's this is a good flavor beer.
Yeah, I love it. What amazes me, and this speaks, I believe, to the current state of craft beer right now in America, is that I used to be able to go to Save Mart, our local grocery store, Vons, or Food for Less, and there was always Alaskan Amber. And and in addition to that, they usually have a mix pack. I hit 2 Save Marts, 1 Vons, and Food for Less. And
They've
they don't-
lost a lot of shelf space.
it's not just Alaskan though, unfortunately. Thankfully, we have places like Bevmo and Total Wine that did stock it, and I should have just gone there first, but man, it was I couldn't believe it. And so I'm glad we were able to find some. Now we are going to move on to the first.
See a commercial beer. Let's try the real stuff.
Let's go the real deal.
The beers that haven't sold out.
Let's just open both. We'll open 2 bottles every time, right? Because we're going to drink them all anyways. It's not like we got anything going today.
Nope.
So this first one comes from the awesome Ryan Mack of Mack Brewing.
Altered Beast.
He calls it Altered Beast. Ryan, if you sent anything in with your beers, I didn't get it. So what we've got here. Oh, you know what? There's a QR code on it. Somebody want to pull that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig, you can do it, and then you can read us read us what it says. But I will start off with. I got this one. I'm good. Yeah, we'll save it for just gentle pours because we don't know what's at the bottom of these bottles. Ooh, first impressions,
beer
guys.
at the bottle.
What does that look like?
Much darker.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Mine's hold on. Yeah, mine's a little darker.
I feel like it looks almost identical to the Alaskan Amber.
When you hold mine against a black background, it's much darker.
Okay, this is going to be fun, Craig, because you did the QR code, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you've got the recipe in front of you.
I'm looking for it.
I already
What
know.
the heck?
I already know what he used in it. This is so easy for me
This
to.
is so much more carbonated.
That's a good thing. Yeah, good.
Wow, it's a lot more fruit forward.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I'll be curious to see.
It says 5.4
Okay.
ABV, 36 IBU.
That's what this says on the bottle. At 5 point. Normally we try to guess that, I guess, but we're not.
This
going
has to
today.
have some fruity esters in it, no question.
I'm not seeing the ingredients here.
Beer.
Okay. Oh yeah, and the finish, huh?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
This is it's like you had two completely different beers.
Oh, wow.
Side by side. This is good.
Is it kind of tart?
Yes.
Yeah.
But not
Ooh.
like contaminated tart.
No,
Almost like it
no.
was fermented with sour VCA or something.
So, like you said, it does look like that Alaskan. And so you're thinking it's Alaskan, and then you take a sip, and you're like, whoa.
This almost has like a tropical fruit. Maybe cider's not the right word, but like it's a distant cousin, far enough that if you got married, it wouldn't be weird.
So what he says the link, the QR code takes us to his Untapped, and it says King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard inspired.
Yes, 37 points right out of the gate.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
The King Gizzard Lizard? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sounds cool.
Oh yeah. Inspired Altbier, brewed for the Brew Club's Average Brew Quarterly Series. Rock on. That's all it says.
I already like him. He's a man of few words with good beer.
So, all right, let's talk about it. The color. Let's start with the color.
Yeah, I mean, copper color. I mean, when you hold it up to the light, obviously I was looking at it initially on your black
table, yeah.
But I mean, super crisp, not quite as clear, but that could just be. It's
homebrew clear. Yeah.
It's
That is
homebrew clear.
really, really clear for it's almost bright. Yeah.
Yeah, the carbonations is definitely on the low end.
On the low end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing a ton of bubbles come out of that like the last one.
It feels completely like what I would expect in my mouth, though. I clean my glasses properly, okay? So you're not supposed to get nucleation.
Almost gives me a sour taste.
Totally,
Yes, very
totally.
Right?
It's a sour beer.
It is like borderline sour beer.
Yeah, this is good. So, I mean, again, I'm a big fan of sours. Top 3 of my favorites, obviously, love Pilsner ales, which I know are two separate things, but I'm just going to put them in the same category. But I love my sours, and I really have come to like Kolsch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like
This
Kolsch.
is like
I love it, too.
This is like Kolsch's really hot girl met like a really hot dude in the sour department and had a really good looking baby.
And that's this
This
beer.
is good.
The Mac Daddy of all Brian Mack's beers. My hunch is, I wish Ryan would have sent, and if he did, Ryan, I'm sorry. I looked everywhere in the box.
It's sour.
It is
It's
definitely
sour.
sour.
on the back end.
Yeah.
It's at the very finish. That's where I get it too,
Yeah.
and it gets me like in the back of my throat. What's interesting is the aroma is pale chocolate all day long. That's what I get. Nutty, right? There's this. It's very, very pungently nutty, and you don't need to use much pale chocolate to get that. When we go to Crown Wolf and Brad has his Vienna Lager on, does that not smell like this? It's that same deal. Brad and I brainstormed ideas for Vienna Lager, and so he's doing that same deal. The flavor does not follow the aroma.
Yeah,
It's
this
so-
doesn't smell like it tastes
at all, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that an odd experience?
This is weird.
Craig's still trying to figure it out.
I
over
am.
here.
I am. I'm trying to click on some links here, but it's not coming
Be
up.
careful which links you click on.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's a crazy dude.
This is good.
It's
But I wouldn't call it an alt beer.
I've got to believe that he fermented this with sour VCA or Philly sour. That's because they can pick any yeast, and those are effectively two beer yeasts or ale type of yeast, but that produce lactic acid. It makes it very, very crushable. That's the weird thing about it to me.
Very tropical finish,
right? Almost like papaya-ish, like that kind of sweet yet tart thing you get from a papaya.
It's good, but again, I wouldn't put this in the. If you said that was an Altbier Kolsch style,
I would argue
no chance.
I would say no. That's
no
sour.
chance.
Yeah, you're like the one beer that I had that is that.
It is flipping good though.
It's good.
Yeah,
you can tell
based
it's
on my many years of one beer experience, that's not good.
Based on my 10 minutes ago first alt beer experience that I'm aware of. Yeah,
Greg's confused because it's not hazy.
Yeah,
so.
It's not, and I'm not a sour fan. So
what would you say? You're not a big. Would you order a pint of this?
No.
Yeah. I'm not sure I would order a full pint of it either, but it sounds like you would.
Oh, I'd order a pint for sure.
The reason that
I would start the night out with this.
Yeah. 5.4%. That's on point. This is clearly not contaminated. That's the thing. Contaminated beers have a very particular, at least in my experience, have a very particular flavor profile that I don't like, and it's usually kind of dirty and it's hazy. And this is almost
very
crystal
clean.
clean. It's super clean. So I have to believe you fermented it with.
It tastes a little more sour right out of the bottle.
Oh, you just drink it out of the bottle?
Crazy. Yeah, it's
It is
good.
weird. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean,
he gets a strike one because it's not alt beer, but he gets that strike back because it's a damn good beer.
Yeah, that's the thing is it doesn't taste right in terms of alt beer, but it tastes good, and it's got all of it's like all the puzzle pieces are there. It's just that there's other stuff going on as well.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to build a puzzle of a ship, and you get all the corner pieces together, and the center of it is now a big girl. It's just different.
It is different, and I like that he did that. I'm really hoping that Ryan hits me up and lets me know. Well, I can talk directly to you, Ryan, because I'm sure you're listening. But let me
Ryan,
know.
send us what you did. I liked it.
I know he probably sent it, and it got every once in a while. People, you could tell they forgot to include their write up thing, so they put it at the very top of the box. And when I cut it, it's stuck to the tape, and so I miss it. I've done that a couple of times, so that's my bad. But we are moving on to the next one. Let's get ourselves poured here.
Autobahn.
Label looks cool.
I'm doing this is kind of fun with
the label's almost like kind of it gives me that 1980s
noir, like a film noir thing. Yeah,
look at the top on that. That's pretty.
It is pretty. That head's
looks like
sticking around.
Looks like
it's got a lot of bubbles. Right
looks like a whiskey with a head on top.
It does. Well, and this one is darker, right?
Much
it's darker.
Yeah. So let's. I'm not going to tell you anything about this one. We are going to talk about it, or let you guys kind of evaluate it first. This one does come from Alex Zwerdling from our country's capital, Washington, D.C.
Not a sour.
It's not like the last one. One of these things is not. Oh shit! I just spilled.
That's good. Problem is, I still have a little sour in my cheeks.
Okay.
Clap them cheeks.
I hate that noise more than anything.
Yeah, I'm going to ask that you don't do that again.
I really
Tim wouldn't
hate that.
tolerate that, and as Tim's proxy today, I'm not going to tolerate that.
Yeah. Okay, what do you guys think of the way it looks? Let's talk about that. You already said that it's darker,
beautiful.
and it's got a nice sticky ring of foam that's not going away.
Yeah,
a nice,
the lace.
Looks
nice.
like a custom
it's lacing
color.
the glass really well.
Yeah, but it is dark.
It's bordering. I mean, it's dark copper, but it's bordering on brown or like a red ale almost. Yeah.
Yeah, if you put this on the deal, I'll be like, oh, that's one of those brown ales, like almost like a Newcastle.
Oh yeah,
type of a look.
Yeah, actually, if you wipe the condensation off the glass, you start to see it's more orange. It's just like a weird blend of dark orange, and brown, but it's beautiful. Very clear.
Very clear.
Well attenuated.
Crispy. It's got a crisp, clean taste.
That's funny that you say crispy right when he said something. I know he has no clue what it means.
Well attenuated.
What's it mean, Justin?
It means it's brought down. Yeah.
Yeah. Brought down from what?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, from a thickness level. It's not very thick. Okay, I'm going to show you what well attenuated means.
I know what it means, dude. It just means that it fermented a lot. That's good. Well,
it was smoothed out. The viscosity is a little lower, a little sharper.
That would be like drier. But good attenuation is often associated with. I'm just trying to make you feel bad, Jay.
Well, congratulations.
You did it.
You can't be mean to the help.
Big word, Justin in the house. Jeez.
Look at Craig's going to town on this.
Yeah,
one.
you're going ham on yours.
I
dude.
like it. That's good.
I like it too.
It has a. I mean, you guys are gonna give me a hard time, but the back end has like a little bit more of like an alcohol-y wash. It's not off-putting. It's just, again, Mac Brewing just went theirs. It completely skewed what I'm going for here, right? We started off with a commercial example, went to a delicious Mac Brewing that I think we could all agree really doesn't fall within the parameters flavor-wise of Altbier.
Yeah.
And this, it's good. It's just so different than what we just had.
Let's try to think back. I mean, we've still got a little bit of Alaskan. Oh no, we don't. There's a little bit of Alaskan. If you want to sip off the bottle, so far Ryan Mac's beer that's a difficult one to judge next to Alaskan because it did have a sour note. Now, Ryan, if you didn't intend for that, the thing I love about Brew Club members and fans of Brewlosophy is they know that we're not denigrating them. Shit happens, you know.
If he didn't plan for that, he created the Macian style of brewing.
A Mac Altbier, McAltbier, if you
A
will.
McAltbier. Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
So
That's from the Irish family.
Yes.
So in terms of flavor, is there anything in particular you're picking up? I think Justin said he's getting something on the finish, and you think it's a boozy type of thing. I will tell you, it's 5.5% alcohol, so it's not high ABV.
It just, when I use the term like almost like a cleaner type of it's
Soapy.
not
Cleaner.
soapy, but just a
It's like solvent.
solventy.
Okay.
But not and I don't want to insinuate that's a negative thing. It's just.
To be fair, that's a negative thing. I mean, and I'm not.
I can see what it
but
is.
it's okay if the thing
It's
about
getting better
brewers-
the more I drink it.
Isn't that the case with most things?
Yeah, right.
Jersey used to say that all the time. The thing is that it's. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure it's a solventy thing as much as it might be a water quality thing. I'd be curious to know what type of water he used for this.
This isn't like hitting me with like a crazy malty finish. Oh, that means he doesn't agree with me.
No. I was actually, while you were talking, I was reading what Alex wrote here. Do you guys have any other comments before I read?
I was to say, like,
I would order 2 of these after a Mac Brewing.
I think it's good, by the way.
I like it. Yeah, I would say I like it.
I get what you're saying, though, because the way that I experience what you're talking about, I don't know if solvent's the right word, but we'll go with that, is that I get it on the back end, like, again, in the back of my tongue after I swallow, and I breathe out, and it feels kind of warm.
Yeah.
You guys just everybody
right.
listening to the show is like,
Oh, I could tell the warmth.
100%.
He's right. It is warm.
You're going to need to change the microphone cover.
Yeah, gross. I know. No, those are yours, man. I got like special ones just for you guys. But and then the other thing is, after I swallow, when I sit for a minute, that warmth lingers in my throat, and that's what's happening with this. So I get what you're saying.
Solvent is medicinal.
Medicinal would be a water quality thing, and that's more of what I get. But it's very, very subtle.
Yeah.
So if Alex used water from his house and it has chlorine or chloramine in it, to treat, from the water treatment, and he didn't filter it or he didn't use sulfites to knock that out, this is kind of what I would
Where
expect.
does he live? Exactly.
Washington, D.C.
No, exactly. Like street address. We need to. We're going to do some back research here for him.
We're going to go
figure this
visit.
out.
We're going to find out what type of water.
Go
he's
try his
drinking.
water.
Yeah. I would do that. I mean, if you send it, I love, that's the geekiest side of brewing. It's my favorite side, is the water chemistry.
That kind of borders on the creepiest.
It's pretty
side
cool.
of.
I'm not talking about actually going to Washington, D.C. I would love to sample
You're going to
different
Google map his
waters.
house? Ah, there he is. There he is.
You've done that.
Oh, yeah. I'm an absolute internet stalker. Don't send me your address.
Don't even tell me.
Hey, that's a lovely Japanese maple in your front yard. You're going to want to trim that back a little bit before the cold snap happens.
We had a Japanese maple in our backyard when we moved in.
Beautiful trees.
Oh, they're freaking annoying.
Oh,
Are you
they're
kidding?
beautiful.
What do you mean they're annoying? We have 2 big ones in our backyard.
But ours was right behind Roscoe's bedroom, and it had the roots come out of the ground, so they were everywhere. So we had our guy rip them out.
No, that wasn't a
Take it out.
Japanese maple then.
What?
That was like a Eurasian maple or something.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it
My
was.
Japanese maple knows what it's doing.
It's all the roots are underground.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was something else then. Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't like your dirt. Maybe you have a dirt problem.
Yeah, it could be that my dirt's bad. I'll just accept that.
Bad
Now
dirt.
let's move away from maple trees and let's talk about what Alex said here about his beer. He said, "Thanks for drinking more average beers." I'm glad that they're average.
These aren't average. These are above average.
They usually are,
Yeah.
I would say. So he's this is Alex saying this. Last year I sent you a coffee oatmeal stout. It was my first attempt at the style, and you seemed to like it, but gave me some well-deserved shit for my label, which was blue painter's tape.
This.
Oh, you guys remember this
Making
one?
Yes.
sense now.
It
Tell you
is
what,
a-
your label game has stepped
Okay.
up.
It is
Very good.
It's also
Very good
the
job.
best label we've seen so far. It's better than the Alaskan Amber.
Yeah,
label.
Alaskan Amber's label.
Lame. I know.
This is a good one.
He says, this time I'm sending you my first attempt at an alt beer. This is his very first time making this. I'm calling it Autobahn. I spent an extra 10 minutes on the label. A whole 10 minutes.
Dude, take a sip. No. Take a sip out of the bottle.
I got one right here.
It's tinny.
Out of the bottle?
Take a sip. Minerally.
It is minerally, but I get the same flavor out of my glass.
Oh no! The minerally is much more intense right out of the bottle.
Well, this is what I think of it. I'm refilling.
It's
my
good.
glass. So that's the thing, is that we could be just picking up mineral. He mineralizes his water.
Yeah,
his
it
root
does.
water.
He's taking
it's a
care
little
of us.
different.
Is all he's
Yeah.
doing. He's like, hey, you guys need your vitamins and minerals.
Right.
Vitamins.
Vitamins. Yeah, we're gonna go get some aluminium. after
Aluminium.
this. Yeah. I brewed this on September 2nd. Oh boy.
September 2nd. What are we doing here, Marshall? It's October.
September to October. He brewed it.
That's almost 2 years.
So he brewed it on September 2nd. I've read that a longer conditioning period helps alt beer. So hopefully this one isn't too young. I told you. It's about, so this thing's less than, 8 weeks old basically? We're at the end of October
Yeah,
right now.
that's-
Yeah.
I think it gets another 8 weeks under its belt. It
That's
would
when you
be
can get a puppy.
good.
I disagree with that.
This is good. I like it.
I will tell you. I'll tell you, Alex, not these two fools. I love you guys. Don't judge me.
Strike.
Strike.
Let's go join Tim.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the picket line. Let
And
us know.
lose some golf balls
Yeah.
down in Denver.
Tim's about $87 deep on a $50 round of golf.
How many balls you go through? All of them. I guarantee that's what's happening. His daughter was making fun of him this morning at my house. Yeah.
So Tim's daughter, for those that don't know, is such a good golfer.
Super good golfer,
and
yeah.
Tim is such a great dad.
She puts us to shame.
such a good
Dad.
dad. He knows
He
it.
spends a lot of money on balls.
He spends a lot of money on balls.
Amazon is there right now delivering him balls.
Exactly.
So to speak. So anyways, he said, I brewed this on September 2nd. I've read that a longer conditioning period helps alt beers. So hopefully it's not too young. I'll tell you right now, Alex, this is not too young. And in my opinion, Kolsch and alt beers are perfect at about 6 weeks. So I would say that we're maybe 2 weeks past that in my opinion. So
Oh, that's what I thought. I'm changing my mind. This tastes pretty old.
pretty, well, you know what alt means?
Old.
Here we go. So he actually gave us the recipe: 80% Pilsen malt, 15% Metolius Munich malt from Mecca grade, 2% Carafa Special 2, 2% C60, and 1% melanoided. He sounds like he did all of the ands and not just the ors. So he included pretty much everything there. 19 grams of CTZ at 60 minutes. I'm imagining this is for a 5-gallon batch. 28 grams of middle fruit at 10 minutes, and then 28 grams or an ounce of middle fruit at 1 minute. That's perfect. 45 IBU. I mean, he actually went by the parameters, and I love that.
Oh,
it
that's
makes
too
it
bad.
makes it really
Minus 12.
That's too
Minus
bad.
12.
So I'm realizing. So I've used melanoided malt one time, and I've brewed over 600 batches at this point. I've used melanoided one time. I won't use it again because I get a very unique minerally thing when I use it that kind of tingles my tongue, and that I think that's what I might be getting from this. I don't think it's the
minerally
water.
almost like blood, like you bite the inside of your cheek and minerally.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I got when you drink this one out of the bottle. It's not off-putting. It's just that minerally flavor, metallic-y. But
Yeah, 'cause
I
it's
use a
now-
lot of melatonin when I go to sleep. Is that the same?
Yeah.
Am I going to get tired after drinking?
Yeah,
this?
I'm
You
so-
might actually. Justin's out.
Yeah.
So I will say the 1% melanoidin is probably not. I just realized it's 1%. So I doubt that's what it's doing it. But also melanoidin is what is created when you put a piece of bread in the toaster. It's the browning right? So the Maillard reaction, I believe, is the melanoid.
Yeah, that's the barbecue side of it. That's the same as.
I think so. I don't know. But melanoided malt is supposed
Marshall's
to
a doctor.
replicate. It's supposed to replicate what happens when you do what's called a decoction, which is when you take portions
one more time?
I know. Emphasis on the what? It's when you take
Doctor
portions.
says what?
It's when you take portions of the mash and you boil it. So you've got grains and sweet wort in there, and you're boiling it. And it was an old school way that German brewers or traditional, lager brewers had to keep the mash temperature regulated at the same temp, right? So if you take portions of it, boil it, and add it back, and then mix it in, it brings your mash temp up just a little bit. And it's a really genius idea. Well, a lot of people claim that it also impacts the flavor of the beer. We've done experiments on it that don't seem to support that claim, but there's melanoided malt regardless, and it is intended to kind of emulate that decoction flavor. So maybe that's what we're tasting. I don't know. But he says the yeast that he used, and this is the fun part. So remember, they had full, free reign to use whatever yeast they wanted. The yeast they used, this person, Alex, used is the Köln yeast. So AvgBrü Köln, it's a dry yeast that is intended for Kolsch. Maybe you're tasting Kolsch. That's what it is.
No, I don't think that's what. No, that's not it.
Some brew club members believe Köln is that yeast strain was responsible for the purple New Zealand pills. Hopefully these alts don't have similar oxidation issues.
Nope.
Not at all. This is not oxidized at all. He said OG of 1050, FG of 1008 for a 5.5. That's dry, by the way. Well attenuated, Justin.
Well attenuated.
Yeah. Thanks again for reviewing the beers. Thank you for sending them to us, Alex. So overall, what do you guys think?
Delicious.
Yeah. I like it.
46.2?
Yeah, I was going to go 40, but I'll raise it
Out of 50?
Yeah. We'll go with that.
That's actually how the BJCP judging works. Is out of 50 points.
Well, yeah, I've been studying for my BJBCP degree, if you know me. So it's I'm basically there.
BJCP. Yeah,
you know me. Who's down with BJCP? Every Craigie. Yeah. This was good.
Yeah,
send more.
So far, so good. I'm still kind of confused by Ryan's. I keep going back and trying to figure out if he did that intentionally.
Yeah, Ryan jacked us up here with some deliciousness right out of the gate. He's like, "Oh, Altbier. Yeah, here's a sour."
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys picked up that tart.
Yeah,
note,
he just did alternative. That's what he thought it was.
Buyer.
I'll just pick what I want.
It was good. Oh, we got a can.
Oh,
we have a can.
We got a can and a Ziploc bag.
Ooh, look at that label.
How do homebrewers do this?
Oh, there's canning is not a hard thing anymore these days.
This is badass.
It's
it
badass.
has our name on it. The Brew Club. Wait, that's not us.
Let's see.
It says it's called Alt in all. It's just another beer. BIER.
That is rad.
In the hall. It's pretty dope.
That's sick.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got the Pink Floyd The Wall thing down at the very bottom. You see that?
-2.
You what?
I don't do drugs.
The moments that make up a dog day.
Ooh.
Craig bringing the heat. East Lake, Ohio. Woo. Wyo. Did I leave Ohio? Craig, give me your glass. Come on, man.
My bad.
Oh, baby. This is a pretty one. Just pouring it, I can tell.
Oh, that looks delicious.
That there, Clark.
Isn't it weird that you see something and you're like, that looks like it's going to taste good?
Oh, look at that head. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Super off-white. Man, the head is growing on this thing.
It is.
I will say that the foam on all of these beers have been the same color. They've been an off-white beige color, right?
Yeah.
Color-wise, the same as the last one. A dark little piggy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is nice.
So this one comes from Steve Miko. And I'm not going to read to you. Ooh, he's got a good story we're going to read here, but I want to hear your guys' opinions on the way it looks. We already talked a little bit about the foam.
I mean, the lace on this is already delicious. Nice off-white. It's darker.
Yeah, it is a little darker when you hold it to the light, but man, it's a beautiful color.
Okay, Steve.
And the cream top? Ooh, I like the cream top.
It doesn't go away. That foam
Son of a gun.
Son of a gun. This is
If we could cuss.
Oh, wow.
Cuss. I mean, well, this is crazy.
Ooh, that's nice.
This
It's real nice. Yeah.
That's real good.
Wow. Let's talk about the way it smells. We're already digging into pouring it down our gullets, but let's talk about the way it smells.
just roast.
Roasty.
You know what it smells like? So I get the
I walked
roast.
by a bakery
Yeah, it smells like baking
caught on fire.
dark bread.
No, I mean like it's intense. There is just a good intense
Oh,
flavor.
that's good.
That I'm
Damn
telling
it!
you,
This is
I could drink
delicious.
this in the morning.
this
Little
smells.
wakey eggs and bakey
Yeah.
and some East Lake,
This
Ohio.
is bomb, dude. This is
is
legit.
good.
This is the aroma of this is. I put it up to my nose and it takes me back to like the first 5 beers I brewed.
Montucky Brewing.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what it says. Montucky Brewing.
Montucky makes, I believe, isn't that who makes that like light Pilsner beer or something?
I'm just here quarterly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, who knows? Yeah. God, it's so good. How does it taste? What do you guys get in the flavor?
It's friggin' money.
Roasty.
Little peppery,
I get bread. It's just
Yeah.
like bread in my mouth. I don't get roasty at all.
Clean.
peppery,
Super
bready.
It would appear that I didn't get
Crusty.
bread crust. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely get that.
good.
I think that's what you're saying. It's more toasty, not
Right,
roasty.
yeah.
Yeah. Because you've said that when we've been drinking before. Like I get
Boy,
roasty.
this is dry.
It is so
it's
good.
like I just threw some sand in my mouth. Like all the moisture is gone.
I love that. Yeah, that's one of
This
my
is
favorite
good.
things. Washes off your palate, so you can go
Yeah.
for another drink. Yeah. This honestly, Steve, this is the bomb, dude. I never say that, but this is such a good
Yeah,
beer.
this is good.
And not to tear down the prior beers that we drank, but this one so far, like I'm ordering pint after pint at this.
Yeah.
it is so dry.
Yeah,
it's so dry. Oh well, yeah. Okay, let's read it. I'm gonna read you. You guys have anything else you want to say before I get into this?
No. read
Send
it.
more.
Okay. He says, I began brewing in December of 2013 using Mr. Beer Kits. These are the things that you could buy at Bed Bath & Beyond or Target.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
What?
They do not make good beer, but it gets a lot of people into brewing, which is rad. You know, I think what happens.
Why don't we have like a Brewlosophy beginner beer kit?
So here's the funny thing.
That would be a good Christmas present.
Right?
Somebody-
I'd buy one for you, Craig.
Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Love you,
You could buy one for me.
I'd give you guys a 10% discount too. Actually.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. If it were a thing. But
Look. Marshall's feeling generous.
Yeah.
Cost plus 50.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, I gotta make some money.
Wait, are you going to make a Brewlosophy homebrew kit?
No, we've had quite a few people approach us, and I don't want to get into that. Yeah. So no, the answer
Yeah,
is no,
it'd be
but
weird if you got more people into brewing.
Yeah.
that's not the point. All right. So he began brewing in 2013, and by March I was brewing my own recipe, all grain recipes, and kegging, that's crazy, Steve. That's like 3 months, and he's already going
Wow.
all grain. Yeah, that's
Dang.
crazy. He entered his first competition with the German Pils, and he took You took silver in your first competition.
What the hell? Who is this guy?
A good brewer is what he is. You realize Pils.
He's a savant.
a brewing savant. He must
Yeah.
be. Brewing lagers is like the hardest thing to get right. Well, I guess Brewlosophy has kind of shown that you can do it a little bit easier, but he says that
Wait, why is lager harder?
Because they are so
Finicky?
delicate, as people say. There's so little to hide behind in a
got
good
it.
lager.
It's either
beer.
it's good or it's not.
If there's an off flavor, you're not going to hide it with roasted malt. You're not going to hide it with a bunch of malts. It's it's a pure beer, right? Plus, you have to ferment them cool. You don't have to, but most people, that's traditionally are fermented cool, which is difficult for homebrewers to do. A lot of homebrewers to do. In this day and age, maybe not so much, but when I started 20 freaking years ago, which is
Man,
crazy.
you're old.
Wow, dude. So, since connecting with the Brew Club in the early part of this year, I've brewed the second and third quarter average brew beers, which got me brewing styles out of my comfort zone and were, for me, the first time brewing these styles. I was chosen to submit my Saison. Oh, he's the one. He's the one who brewed I Say Son. Remember
I say, son. Boy, he's
Love
good
that.
at this.
He's good.
Yeah, you should Is East Lake Brewing him?
I don't understand
Wait,
label.
no, I'm sorry, it's not East Lake Brewing. It's
He's from East Lake, Ohio. Montucky. There's
Where is he from?
East Lake,
East
Ohio.
Lake, Ohio.
Yeah. This alt beer was entered in 2 AHA sanctioned competitions on September 16th and 17th. Won bronze in King of the Mountain and silver in Cleveland Brew Shop.
Damn.
The Oktoberfest competition, which were only German style entries. Congrats, Steve.
Dude.
I'm telling you right now that, and I
You're
love
doing us Germans proud, man. Keep it up.
Yeah. Well, 23andMe gives me like 33%.
Yeah,
German, so
the Irish guy likes it too.
I'm 58%.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you are way more German than I am.
Yes. And Norwegian. That's my pale complexion.
That's well. You are pretty pale too.
Yeah.
So
But it turns out I'm 0.06% Sri Lankan.
see, I'm like 0.06%, some part of like the, or 0.02%, some like eastern part of Africa. Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
Got
it. So anyways, he brewed this on August 20th and he kegged it on September 5th, sent it to us, and it's been sitting in the fridge the whole time. So 1048 SG, 1006 FG.
Oh,
that's
bring
that.
the FG.
That's that dryness. No. This is wonderful. That's 5.5%, but it was never. Didn't have too much sugar to start with, and so it really attenuated very well, and we got that nice, dry but super flavorful experience. I love this beer.
Dude, we're crushing all of these beers. By the way, it's going to be a problem if we have a lot of these beers
Halfway
to try.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on beer number 3.
Well, yeah, 3, 4 counting the Alaskan Amber.
Yeah, that
but-
doesn't count. That's a fake beer.
Yeah.
But we're on beer number 3,
Yeah.
and we're crushing these. Delicious.
I don't
They're
think I'm going to
delicious.
go through. I'm not going to go through I'll talk about the yeast if they include
Thank
it.
God, nobody cares.
Nobody cares about the recipes, but this is he did the same thing. He did the and instead of the or, so he included most of the malts.
We're going to call these the kitchen sink beers.
Yeah, that's actually a term that people use.
Is it really?
It's when they take all their leftover stuff and just make a beer out of it.
Like bathtub gin?
But it's similar idea, right?
okay.
Bathtub gin was actually a thing like in Chicago in the 20s.
That's Prohibition, Craig.
You ever heard of
About the time you were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
He remembers those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Tommy
Mama
guns
needs a
and all.
cocktail.
Yeah, I'm 103. Yeah.
Your math is impressive.
This beer is super good. I hope there's more. It's so
Nope.
good. So far, this takes the cake, in my opinion. I
Sorry,
don't know.
Craig.
Just super, super good.
I already had a
when you poured
second.
the bottom out, is it still clear? It looks like it. Mostly. huh?
Ish.
No.
Ish. Here you go. That's mostly full still.
No, it's definitely hazier towards the bottom.
Well, don't do such a hard pour at the end. This is homebrew pours, bro.
Come on.
Come on, bro.
So he doesn't. If he included the yeast, again, I lost the second
Okay,
page.
so
I don't see
the
yeast
bottom
he
of
used.
this, much softer on the palate.
because
Kinda
you
interesting.
probably got some trub in there, some
Yeah.
yeast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying that.
You're gonna be really. Your wife's gonna be super happy with you tonight. Is all I'm saying.
Well, that'd be a first.
Careful, she might be listening.
You're like,
Yeah, she's an average brew listener. I can
yeah.
assure
She's a
you.
biggest fan of Brulosophy. I'm
Big,
sure.
big. Yeah, she's a Patreon.
Yeah.
Well, what's her name on there?
She goes, "Hey, babe, I came home with a claw hammer." What?
What are we doing with that tonight?
It's going on the toe.
This. I could just drink this for the rest of the night. But I'm
That's
so
good.
glad we have more to
We got
try.
so many more. This
know.
is great. Hooray for school.
Oh, that is perfect.
Yeah,
We need,
beer- yeah,
dude,
beer
we need
school.
more of these because I took my gout medicine, so I'm ready to party.
Oh, we got
dang.
more, my friend.
Yeah.
Speaking of 103,
Hey, my liver and kidneys hate me.
You know,
I can't help it.
you've met my twin brother Marco. He has.
Oh, I love Marco.
Everybody
Yeah, he
loves
looks like
Marco. Oh yeah,
Are you guys related?
yeah. He has gout as well. So I feel for
Dude,
it.
I
I'm so
knock
lucky.
on wood. I haven't had an issue because I've been pumping that allopurinol like Tic Tacs. But
Is that the medicine for it?
yeah, it helps the crystals go
Yeah,
away.
it just sounds so painful. I hate that. And
It
beer
is
apparently
horrible.
horrible. Beer is like a huge flare up causer, right?
Yeah, like real beer, like we're having now, is an absolute leading indicator for that.
Oh, you're
And I mean-
screwed tomorrow.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be
Look.
limping.
At that glass too. The
yeah,
lacing.
I
that
was looking
foam.
at that at the end. It just was like, look at that. There's just like layers and
This
layers.
is such a good style of beer.
It's
God
such a great
dang.
style, and also we're getting some really fun examples of it.
Yes.
And I love that. By the way, here's the thing: what I wanted, my original plan was to use Alaskan Amber as kind of. Did you like it better than that? Or I would have to say that Alaskan beat. I'm sorry, Ryan, but the tartness in that beer just was too awkward for me. It was good.
Yeah, I loved Mac Brewing. Loved it. Really good. It's not an alt
It
beer.
doesn't taste like these.
No.
So I will, again, I've said it before, but I'm interested when Ryan reaches out, if he tells me that he used some sort of something that would create some lactic
Yeah.
acid, because I definitely got a clean lactic.
Yeah, I'm going ham on Mac Brewing, but I'm going to set that aside from
Yeah,
any
yeah.
future conversations that we're going to have about these beers today.
So far, I would say that the Audubon was Steve's beer. Or no, this is Steve's beer. That it was good. I would say that I'd probably drink it over Alaskan Amber because of the sweetness that I get in Alaskan Amber. But this beer is an all day long drink out of the liter.
Yeah.
You know, the liter.
Pool beer.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Craig's taking a
this is
picture of his
money.
I'm going to send a picture of the label to Tim. He'll appreciate this.
Oh, he's going to be
likes
so
Pink Floyd.
jelly. I know. Well, we have to move on now. So I don't know what quite we've got going on. The plan for this episode was to do the Alaskan Amber plus 4 of the 10 Average Brew beers, and then in the next segment we're going to do 6. But I realized when I went out to my fridge that somebody sent us not only the Average Brew alt beers, they might have done a couple different versions of it.
Hot damn, it's Christmas.
So that doesn't. Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. That doesn't. This counts still as our 4th Average Brew beer.
Yes.
But there's a bunch of different beers in here, so we're just going to go for it.
We digging in. Craig, get your snorkel.
Let's dig
We're
it.
going deep.
Dick.
So here, I'm going to pull them all out because there's probably two bottles of each, is what it looks like. This one's called Welcome to Altville, which
Buckle up.
that also best label so far.
Yeah. So
Steve's was pretty good.
This is, a custom label from Office Depot, and by custom we mean it's a white label
It is a
that you
white
use
name
at a
tag.
yard sale.
Yeah, this is
Hello,
gonna,
my name is Altbier.
Yeah, that's basically what it looks like. This is going to be a lot of fun. He sent us not just alt beer, so we might as well just do them anyways.
Well, he gets 47 extra
Oh
points.
my word, you guys, we're going to be sloshed. Here we go. 1 sec.
Oh, look at this little piggy.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh-wee.
Hold up.
Look at that
Holy
friggin'
cream
head. Are you
puff.
kidding me?
Look at that.
I've seen friggin' cupcakes with less cream on that. Dude, this is just a glass of heady
It looks
copper milk.
so pretty. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Sweaty heady.
Yeah.
Man, I just wish I could give you extra points for your really crappy label.
Let me look at this.
Hey, you know,
No, don't justify that.
it's fine. It's fine.
No, Autobahn, Mac Brewing gave us technology built into his label.
Is he
And
missing, he's
Montucket
missing
Brewing.
quotes on the other side if that was...
Oh, God, I don't even know if we're finished here.
He did quote it.
We don't know. No, he
started
kind of
to.
quoted it. He did half an air quote.
Oh, mine has 2 quotes. So
Yeah.
he wrapped
Oh,
it. He
so he
wrapped
didn't
it
even care.
He wrapped it up on the bottle.
Maybe he
So
was
he's
drinking
not,
it.
He's not paying attention to detail.
Here's the
I
thing.
hope the beer's good.
Here's the thing. Before you start talking about that beer, which I want to start with the way it looks. We've already talked about the foam.
Oh, son of a bitch.
He sent us 3 other beers, and I don't even know who this is from. Oh, there's a note down here.
Oh, yes, there's a note.
I keep saying he. It could be a she. Let's take a look. You do it
Unlikely.
here.
I've scanned your base of listeners.
Yeah, it's sadly true. It's Eric Boehm. Boehm?
Spell
Boehm.
Boehm.
Boehm. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, it could be Bohem.
he hand wrote the whole thing on like legal pad.
Well, I
paper.
mean-
Yeah, it's great. I'm not going to go over the entire. He used
Thank God.
I'll tell you this. He used the dry yeast, that Colon dry yeast, and he fermented it at 60 and then ramped to 65. So I can't wait for that. Now, yeah, that's it. Okay, so he says I have included 2 bottles of this quarter's Average Brew recipe. My version, called Welcome to Altville, is named this way as my family and I moved to Asheville, North Carolina. Which, if you
Ooh.
haven't been there, I've been lucky enough to
Never.
go out there with BY. It is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I want to take Laura there one day.
Her and I will let you know how it goes. We're going to see the Wrigley Mansion.
Will you blog about it? Yeah. So
That's
and this
not
was
there.
one
I
of our-
get that it's not there.
So this is one of the first 3 batches made after he moved to Asheville. So he calls it Altville for that reason.
Where did he move from? Did it say?
He didn't say no.
God, how do I know if he's like going from West Coast to East Coast?
Yeah, he moved from Raleigh, North Carolina. It's like, isn't that down the street?
2 minutes south.
So here's the deal.
I need to know. I mean, did he move for taxes? Did he move for work? Did he? I mean, I need backstory here.
Yeah, there's no backstory. Well, he's probably.
damn it.
Yeah, listen. If you email me,
Can you please email March? I need to understand the backstory here. How'd you end up in Asheville? in the
all I'm going to do.
Smokies?
He's going to email me. I'm not even going to respond to you,
Appalachian?
Eric. I'm going to forward it to Justin. So
Thank you.
So his curiosity is satiated. So here's the deal. Before we start talking about this beer, it's my show. I can do whatever I want. He sent us 3 other beers to try. Now we've all but stopped doing the other listener submitted beer review episodes. So I almost feel like, hey,
We owe it to your listeners.
to review these. Right?
Absolutely.
We're not going to go as deep into these as we have the alt beers, I don't think. But who knows? If they're amazing, then we'll do that. But he sent us. I'm not going to tell you what they are until we do this. So are we agreed that that's what we'll do? It's going to be a
Yes.
longer
Sure.
first
Yeah.
segment than we expected. Okay,
Marshall, you're our leader. You're leading us
the
into
boss.
this beer battle.
fearless leader.
Fearless
That's right.
leader. Our phenol leader.
That would be awful. I
Would it?
would taste like chloroseptic.
Oh.
It smells really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
This is drier than a popcorn fart in a good way. It is so good. Oh my god! Like there's nothing left in my mouth, and it's forcing me to go back for more.
Yeah, you are nailing the dryness of these. It started at 1046. That's very low. That's pretty
gosh.
low.
AM
Overall,
or PM?
This has 4. So is it early
It's
or late?
1046. Holy crap! 1046.
Why is the sun still
I
out?
have no basis from which to rate that from, but
So 4.3% ABV. That also contributes to that perception of dryness. Is that it almost is more.
this is the new champagne of beers.
It's pretty good, right? You know what this
trademark.
tastes like to me? And you brought some over. Well, you brought the seasonal over. It tastes a little bit like Shinerbach.
Oh,
It's got that kind of toasty caramely thing
Yeah,
going on.
you're right. Yeah. I had that when I was in Texas.
because you real man, Craig.
I'll tell you, Eric did the same thing. It seems like everybody's doing is he did the ands instead of the ors, and I like that. He
Triple
used,
points.
He used Munich malt, Pilsner malt, Melanoid malt, C60, Carafa Special 3, Cara Munich 1. He used everything, and then
So good.
he stuck all of these he stuck right with the parameters, which is really fun. It's crazy to taste how different all of these are, though, right? But maybe not.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is light bodied enough to be considered more like a Dusseldorf type of example,
As opposed to what?
a non-Dusseldorf example.
So
I'm not talking. I'm
No.
not talking shit here. I've been referring to the BJCP.
Yeah,
.org.
I know you have been. There. So prior to the, I believe 2016 or 2015 update, they separated Northern German alt beer from Dusseldorf alt beer, and
Is it because there was a big like wall down the middle?
no,
Oh.
I believe that's. I think those were still in the same region, but the Dusseldorf alt beer was known for being more dry, like this one, and northern. I think they called it Northern German alt beer, which I brewed a lot of that because of Alaskan Amber. That's really more that style.
Got
That's
it.
Sweeter, kind of richer.
Softer.
Softer because of the sweetness, though. I
Yeah.
think I really think that's what it is. It softens the bitterness, and the way our brains interpret that because we all drink beer all the time.
Yeah.
Is that there's something smoother about it, right?
Yeah, this is just like I'm an angry German and I want good beer.
It's really good.
But
It's
the
so
laces looks like it's bubbly, like champagne-y. It doesn't.
The champagne of beers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he could tell his friends. This is good. I
That
mean,
is
just
really good.
like
I'm going in for another one.
brown almond skins.
Ooh.
brown almond skins.
Which so
Yeah, so that you could take the skin of an almond off, and,
which is very
it's a
tannic.
byproduct. Yes.
Which is very tannic. But here's the thing: this doesn't give me that tannin that you would get from that, but it has that flavor. You're right. It's this weird. It's when you but toasted. Yeah. Because so Justin, just a little disclaimer, does work with.
I work with a lot of almond growers,
farmers. Yeah,
processors,
yeah.
and stuff.
So and I grew up with an uncle who is a almond farmer, and so but yeah, this does have a very almond. It's not like marzipan almond. It's more of like that kind of roasty.
I love almonds.
I love almonds too.
They're
God, I
delicious.
love them. Yeah.
Dude, the soy, the soy flavored with
Wasabi,
well,
they're the bomb. We've got some right now. They're the Laura loves those too.
Why are they not in
the
here?
best. Yeah, well, maybe on the break we'll go grab some those and some Doritos.
Oh, now you're talking language.
Now you're speaking my language. So here's what do you guys think of the way? Are there besides you've gave some great descriptors, Craig? What,
It's just very clean.
He's basically saying, Craig, step up.
yeah,
I'm
step
sorry.
up.
I'm just enjoying the lace. I'm enjoying the cleansiness of it. I'm enjoying the flavor.
What's the
It's
feel?
Sunshine.
What color
I'm also
is
trying
that?
to. I'm
The
also
moon?
trying to figure out what cleansiness is. I feel like Craig just strung together words he thought we've used.
Craig, what color is the sun? Happy.
What's that taste
No,
like?
it's-
Everything.
Clouds.
It's not heavy.
It's really
the
light.
Clean meaning it goes down smooth
Right.
and it's just
It-
like light.
It's forcing you to drink more of
Yes.
it.
I have an idea.
The
I have an
monks
idea.
were onto something, by the way. They say, hey, they all got together. They said, let's create a beer that forces them to drink more to bring in more money.
Talk
That's
to
a revenue.
talk to the Belgians. They're the ones who that's they would sustain themselves on a 12% ABV quad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have an idea for future beers. In this episode, we rate whether we think Timmy would like it or not,
Oh, good idea.
and what he
That's
would
weird
say
because
about it.
Tim's here.
he's German.
He's
Well,
picketing outside. He's picketing outside.
Tim, hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go.
He raise our pay. Like, you want? Where do you go from zero? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is an extra special bonus segment that I was not planning on. We've got 3 beers. I'm gonna crack them open in the order that I think would be the best to try them. In the order that I think would be best to try them, we're just gonna do our quick review of them. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna get us shitty.
Yes, it is.
I like shitty.
The drunker we get, the more it slips out.
Yep.
The shitty part.
Shit.
Let's. All right, we're gonna start with this guy. So, this one again from Eric Bohm
Eric's my favorite guy.
because he sent us extras.
Where's he from again?
You know the label. Yeah, he's
Aspen.
No, the French are assholes.
The French
Lloyd.
are assholes.
So
Asheville.
he is from Asheville, North Carolina.
sending us 3 makes up for the label.
So this.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, just you wait, bud. Just you wait.
Now, to be fair, I hate this style.
Well, you might not hate Eric's version. This is an 8.4% barley wine, and I think he included some info on these. Let's see here. Yeah. He says, nope. He just said barley wine. So
Barley wine.
Here's what we know. Let's go for it. Give our quick review, and then we're going to move on to the fun.
Wait a minute.
next
This
one.
this was done counter pressure wise.
Good color.
I only respond well to positive
Hold
pressure.
on. Let me. This smells so good. There are so many barley wines I've tried that do not have this character to it. And this 8.4%, by the way, guys, is low. Low ABV for barley wine. So so Justin doesn't like it. Craig, what you think? I'm chugging this whole thing.
Yeah, I do like it.
It's terrible.
That aroma. Oh my God.
And again, it's
gives me
not.
goosebumps.
It has nothing to do with the beer. I just hate barley wine. Yeah.
I haven't had a lot of experience with barley
I'm
wine.
telling you right now, this barley wine was fermented with Brett. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You don't know what that means.
bread. I like bread.
No, Brett.
No, he said Brett.
Brettanomyces.
It's the dude that lives down the
Oh,
street.
Brett. Oh yeah, I know Brett.
Yeah, he has lawn chairs in his front
Yeah.
yard.
I love how
This
Craig's
is where
response
this
was
came
like, Oh
from?
yeah, fermented
Oh.
with bread. All right, Justin's got to go pee. Hey, we'll keep talking about this till you get back, Justin, because I love this barley
This
wine.
is good. Tim would like this. I would. I would.
I
Give,
was just gonna. Do you think he would like?
I think he would like it.
I think he would sip. So here's the thing. I can't read everything that he wrote, and I'm looking for. I'm looking for something. Okay, he gave us the entire recipe for the next one that we're gonna drink. Yeah, I've included 2 bottle version, but also a few brews wanted you to use with listener beers. We're doing it now, Eric. Instead of that, I don't think we're going to do the listener submitted beer reviews anymore. Recipes at the back of this page. Oh my God, you're going to love the last one we drink from him. He doesn't say anything about the barley wine, but I just know that flavor.
I like it. I think Tim would do like a tall glass of this, and he would be done with it.
So I don't know how to say the word properly, but THP is a common characteristic that I get with Brettanomyces bruxellensis, which tastes a
What?
little bit. Yeah, I know. That's why, Craig. Whatever. That's why when I said it tastes like it was fermented with Brett, and you're like, oh yeah, I was like, how the hell does he know that? You thought I said bread?
I thought you said bread.
Because it is pretty bready. But I want you to pour more. Right there, pour some more, and I want you to think about this as you're taking a sip. Oh, this is gonna make our next segment all the more fun.
Okay.
I want you to think regular plain, not crunch berries, but Captain Crunch. Smell it. Actually, it's got a little berry note on it too. I bet he used some Munich malt in this. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Good freaking Lord, it's good.
Man, that changes your mind.
It just
How you think about it.
I love when people do this. I feel
This is
so
good.
privileged. I feel like we're all so privileged to have people who actually want to send us beers to talk about on a show, which we actually get a lot of people listening to this, to hear us talk about this.
This
stuff.
is really good.
It's
I'm
so
surprised.
bomb. I know. It's not an Altbier. There's Justin's back, making my wife laugh out there.
Turns out it's a growing problem, not a going problem.
There's
You need
medicine.
There's meds for that. Yeah, I was just going to say. So, all right, Justin didn't like this one. I loved it.
But
Eric,
to be fair,
excellent
again,
job.
it doesn't matter who brews it.
I know
it's
you don't
gross.
like barley wine. Well, the next one you might like, and this one he actually
That's
gave me
good.
some info. on.
Yeah, I'd
so
drink it.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to the next one. These are not alt beers. We're so far off track. But we're
Perfect.
doing it because we love the fact that Eric sent us these extra.
They
beers.
are alternative.
Eric has moved into
Extra.
the first position here.
Don't look at the label on this. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want you to.
Promise I won't look at the label and bias myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's because I want you to look at that. Oh my.
Oh my God, that is thick. Are you pouring motor oil?
Oh boy, that looks yummy.
Craig,
I
give
know
me-
you're gonna love it, Craig.
Craig, give me your,
can't wait.
give Papa your cup.
Hey, Daddy.
Good pour, Justin. He's getting it. Leave that.
Oh my God,
Icky
that
at the
is
bottom.
motor oil.
Oh my god.
2050, come to me, baby.
This is
Smell
like what
that,
happens
Craig.
to a
Just smell
tractor
that.
if you leave it out in East Lake, Ohio in the winter.
Can you be quiet while I'm smelling?
Can you please shut up? So I can enjoy my.
Oh,
Right,
of a
right,
gun.
dude.
I can't wait to taste it.
Justin keeps forgetting to talk into his microphone. Or
I'm
make his
not
cup.
forgetting to talk to him. I'm pulling double duty. I'm pulling double duty here.
You sure are. You're a double duty senior over there. What do you think of the way it smells, though, Justin? I'm getting.
I'm a pansy.
I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to, I'm realizing that you have a very particular. No, don't look. He looked. You don't like big beers.
No. No,
Okay.
no.
So please drink that whole glass. I'm begging you.
No.
While
I
we're
beg you.
talking about it, drink that whole glass. He actually gave me some info on this one.
I'm going to cleanse my palate. Hang on.
So that's the wrong one. He says that this is a Russian Imperial Stout aged on Brettanomyces. But I feel like I haven't tasted it yet. I've only
I
smelled
haven't
it.
either.
He didn't say the barley wine was aged on Brett, but I feel like that one definitely was. Let's give this
Oh,
a go.
Brett.
I mean, this is a prime example of a big bodied stout.
Bro. This is
I mean,
bro.
this is a bodybuilding stout.
This is like
I know you're going crazy, Craig. I want to hear it.
this is one
This
of the
is
most
so big-bodied.
It's one of the most. It's so thick. It's one of the most unique imperial stouts I've ever had. I think we've dropped the Russian from imperial stout, but
it's a fruity
it's
imperial
very
stout.
very fruity. So alcohol esters tend to be fruity. I mean, that's what they. So I feel like that's what I'm getting is that alcohol fruitiness, but it's also got that
like bad
What?
grapes.
bad
No.
grapes, like fermented grapes,
Yeah.
aka wine.
I guess I'm being overpowered by like a chocolate.
Yeah. That's
Type of a-
that's what you would expect from an imperial stout. This is the most unique imperial stout I've ever had, and I think that's the Brettanomyces. That's the work of the Brett. Yeah.
That's
I get-
and I'm
I get some
allergic to
coffee,
Brettanomyces.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like,
That's
like
it-
fruity coffee.
Oh yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
You know, that's interesting because I had a coffee nerd friend of mine who had like one of those old school cigar box grinders, coffee grinders, and he made it. And he goes, "I'm going to make you a cup of coffee." And he had this thing that where he could like grind it, put it in there, and it makes like one single cup. Right? It looks like an espresso type of machine. He made it for me, and he goes, "I want you to think blueberries." And it was. I'm pretty good at like suspending. It was just pure roasty blueberry. That's kind of what I get from this.
Yeah.
It's like a berry alcohol, very alcoholic. This is 12. What is it, Justin? You got the bottle there. 12.5, something like that. 11%. That's still, I mean,
Aged on OYL, all the Brett's blend for 7 months.
so that's
Bottled
OIL.
on 11/21.
That's how lucky are we that he sent this to us? That's so
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. This
So-
is amazing.
So this is almost 2 years old.
I hate big body beers, and I haven't poured this out. I'm still going back and sipping it because
I will
It's good though, huh?
I will extend this segment of the show as long as I need to until your beer is gone, Justin. I want to see you drink that whole thing.
Okay, so let's do a Tim test. Would Tim drink this?
No, not even close.
Not even close. He would hate
Yeah,
this.
he would hate it.
would hate this.
Yeah.
You know what he'd do? He'd go, "Oh yeah, that's great," because I don't want to make the guy feel bad, and he'd pour it out. That's what he does. No offense to Timmy, that's what he does. It's
Yeah,
got a,
I don't like this, but I'm drinking it.
it's got a the Brettanomyces. I'm starting to taste it now that as the beer warms up. The Brett really gave it this unique layer of fruit. of like fruity, but like funky overripe mango fruit is what I taste. Does that make sense?
I've never had funky overripe mango fruit.
Well, you should try it. Okay.
Greg, have you had funky overripe upside down pineapple?
Yeah, many times.
Shut up.
It's very tasty.
I think it's phenomenal.
I want to like it, but again, it's just it doesn't matter that it's this one. It's just the style. I don't like big bodied beers. I wouldn't order this again.
Big bodied beers, you make the rockin' world go round. Okay, we're done with that.
So what did the Italian DJ call his kid?
What?
Marinara.
Marinara?
I don't get.
That's marinara.
That's pretty
God
good.
dang it, Marshall.
I know. I wish I got jokes.
Pizza.
So
The more I drink this, the more I don't want to order another one, but the more I would be willing to finish it. Which, again, unlike y'all, I will gladly order an $8, $9, $10, $12, $13 beer. And
That's
if I
good.
don't like it, I won't drink it.
That's good.
you know what you can do? By the way, little tip. Just tell the bartender, this is not what I expected. I'm not going to drink this. They'll give you something else.
Oh, no, I don't like confrontation.
Do either of you still have Miller Lite?
No.
Let me go grab a couple.
Go grab some so we can rinse our glasses. But this next beer is one I won't start talking about it until Justin gets back again. But it's one I'm almost confident you'll both. Well, if it's a good example of it, we haven't tasted it yet, but it's one that you both are going to enjoy. You know what I think would be fun is if we went back right now and drank, you and me, Craig, drank some Alaska and
Right?
see what we think after
Yes.
drinking all the other ones.
That's a good idea.
So it's also, man, that. So did you like that stout?
I did.
I did too. It was one of the more unique ones I've ever had. There we go. That's gone.
Yeah, it was unique. It was
It wasn't your typical dry roast. It was like there was something juicy in there.
and it wasn't heavy. It was dark, but it was very light tasting.
So Craig and I just poured ourselves the rest of the Alaskan Amber.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, it's so
Wait a
good.
minute.
Wow, it's
we need to.
it is really good.
We need to
really-
talk here. I saw as I was getting out of your beer fridge more Millies. There was more alt beers in there.
Oh, we got 6 more to do after this, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. We're not done yet. So let's pour these now. Here, pour me a little Miller Lite to wash it out. Wash out all that Imperial Stout. Pour
Wash out all that real flavor.
Okay, so.
Are we reviewing the Miller Lite? Oh, look at the clean body on the Miller
Ooh,
Lite.
that's pretty. That's nice.
So pour gentle.
Okay, I'm not looking at this label.
You know what?
Oh, it's pink.
Drink
It's
that Miller
pink.
Lite after drinking these, and it's like water.
It's like water. That's what people make fun of it for. All right, this one is going to be very, very
this
Look
fun.
at that
is-
color. Wow.
This is lovely.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't it wonderful? All right, let's talk about the way it looks. What'd you think?
Pinkish.
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 Pinkish orangish. It's almost like if you did
Oh,
like
that smells good. Cakes and pies.
it's
What?
Son of a gun, smack me in the mouth and call me silly. That's good.
when we were kids. Do you remember- Well, he knows what it is now. So hold on, Craig.
His poop chute done turned inside out.
Oh, Craig, you're from Fresno. So
Sour Pouch.
When we were kids, do you guys remember the Snow Shack? And they were set up on all the corners, and it was a little snow cone shack.
Oh, it was like 40 square feet, maybe. No, it wasn't even that much.
Like 10 square
Yeah,
feet. There
yeah.
was like a little booth, like there was literally on a trailer.
Yes.
So that was my favorite thing, and I remember it was $1 for the small one, and that was about what we could afford for 4
Yeah.
kids, and my
We
mom
couldn't
would
afford the gas to get there.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna one
no,
up
we
ya.
walked. We
I'm gonna
walked.
one up ya.
Yeah, we
I
walked.
looked at kids that had those. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was
"Ah,
down at the old Clinton Library. They had one right in the parking lot of the old Clinton Library, and we would go there all the time. This smells like that. Oh, Justin
Oh,
likes
I
it.
like it.
knew you were going to. Would Tim like this?
Oh, Tim
you
would be.
better believe it.
He'll come off the picket line for
So all of you listeners who know who Tim is, which a lot of you do because he's been
God, I love
reviewing
that
beers.
man.
What type of beer is
this. I
this?
love Tim.
sour."
It's a sour beer. So this is a black currant and cherry sour.
Oh, slap it, and
it's
drink
not
it.
my flavor.
Yeah, well, you like real beers.
So black currant's weird. Black currant to me, it tastes like raisins. Is usually what I get from it. Real black currants, which we have here in the valley. The cherry really brings out
That
the fruit.
brightens it up.
It just
Oh, man.
Jeez, that's hard to get down.
Is it really?
Yeah.
But you just slucked back like 40 weight Pennzoil.
Well,
No,
I'm a
hold
man.
on.
Justin.
Yeah, you are tall.
hold on. It's so good. It's
Dear
so
8 pound, 6 ounce
freaky.
baby Jesus. Thank you for putting out currants.
I actually,
Cherries.
doesn't Laura like these
So
sours?
good. Go ask if she wants it. You could see what she thinks. She's not going to get on the mic. I guarantee you that.
No,
she
she's
won't
getting
get
on the mic.
but I want
She
her.
might.
Hold
I want
on.
her
Just-
to-
Hold on, Laura.
Justin's gonna
Laura,
make her
take a
get
sip
on
of
the
this and tell us what you think.
mic. Oh God.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Okay,
She
okay.
said it's all right.
That's a
the
compliment.
currant part.
She said it's ripe.
Black fruit at the end.
Yeah. Fruit. It's black currant and cherry.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
If Laura says a beer's all right, that's a huge.
Yes, that's a big compliment.
She does not like beer.
This son of a gun brewed 4 different types of just,
Yep. Can't do it
pardon
anymore.
my language, effing awesome beers. 2 of them I did not like, but you could tell the dude knows what he's doing.
What cracks me up is that the 2 you didn't like, he liked.
Yeah.
The one you liked, he didn't
He
like.
hates. Yeah.
I liked all of them. I actually think that this is so good. This is
Yeah.
crazy good.
That's not me.
I know you've never really liked the sour thing.
Send Marshall an email and I'll send you my address if you want to send a 12er or
Yeah.
a keg or
I'll
It's
save this for Tim later.
It's kind of like what Laura said at the if you haven't had a sip in a minute in a second, you really get the fruit.
it's intense. It's punchy.
but not when you drink it. When you drink it, I taste Brett, and I'm assuming this was fermented with Brett yeast, but you get that plus the tartness, and then you swallow it, and you wait a second, and it's like cherry and black currant.
It's just a rolling.
It's
It's
so
getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I didn't pick that up the first time I drank it. I drank it. I'm like, okay, cool. It's not a stout, thank God. Took a sip.
it's so
Swallowed.
weird.
It was good. Little tart. Little.
Give me
sweet.
yours, Craig.
It's so
And it
weird
starts
though, how
rolling
Justin's
forward.
like, oh, I love this. The stouts are gross, and it's the opposite.
Yeah.
That's by the way, the subjectivity of preference.
yeah.
That's I
One's
say
right.
this-
One's wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Craig's
is
wrong.
But that's the
No.
that's the beauty of recognizing that people have different preferences on everything in life.
Oh, that's a stout. Oh,
That's
okay.
the stout. Yeah, that's
Hell
right.
He's
yeah.
gonna take it from the bottle. That should
Yeah,
that should
oh.
actually be the image I use for.
God.
That's chunky.
Oh, that's because you took the bottom of the bottle. Bro.
Oh, you were chewing that beer. Oh God, that's disgusting.
Like licking motor oil off my hand. Yeah.
God.
Look, Craig's like cuddling with the pillow. He's ready to
Oh
take a
man,
nap.
I'm pouring the rest of this out. You don't get none, Craig.
Hey, Eric, thank you so much for
Dude,
sending in those
thank
extras.
you.
That was
Dude,
a lot of fun.
That was a nice bonus round.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Well, it was Eric, right?
Eric Boehm, yeah.
Eric Boehm.
From Asheville, North Carolina.
From Nashville, North Carolina, by way of Asheville, just catapulted into first place.
It was so good. If I had to rate one, it was, I forget, it was Steve Miko's, I think, the can. Yeah, it was
Oh, the
so
can
good.
was the best.
As far as alt beers go.
Oh,
now, we
yeah,
do
dude.
have 6 more alt beers to get
Yes.
through.
Yes, we do.
We've all got to go use the restroom except for Justin because he already did.
I got a girl
and-
bladder.
Yeah. We'll be back reviewing more alt beers right after this break. There's no denying that stainless steel is the best material for brewing equipment, and Delta Brewing Systems offers some of the lowest prices on high-quality stainless gear, like the Firm Tank, which in addition to holding 8 gallons or 30 liters of work, comes with a domed lid to even further reduce the chances of a messy blow-off. Plus, it can hold up to 4 psi of pressure for closed transfers. Delta Brewing Systems also has their own line of brew kettles, as well as one of the lowest-priced all-in-one electric brewing systems out there, and their prices are shockingly low. If you're in the market for legit stainless gear that won't break the bank, do yourself a favor and head over to deltabrewingsystems.com today. As every brewer knows, the best beer requires the best hops, which Yakima Valley Hops provides fresh from the source to brewers around the world, carrying everything from classics like Cascade to modern favorites like Galaxy and Mosaic, as well as other ingredients and gear. Yakima Valley Hops has it all. And don't forget to check out their new podcast, The Late Edition, where the YVH crew goes into depth on our favorite plant with industry experts. Head over to YakimaValleyHops.com now to see all they have to offer and subscribe to The Late Edition wherever it is you listen to podcasts. I am so ready to get into more of these alt beers. The first one this round comes from, let's see, what is his name? Mark Rose. Right off the bat, we just poured them into our glasses. What do you think? This is a...
Yeah. There's no head.
Yeah, there's no head at all on this one. The foam is really... it's really low on this one. Here's the cool thing. When was the last time you saw somebody who writes? Well, we've had a couple of beers that have had sour beers. Don't typically have no head. But when was the last time you saw a beer that, saw somebody who wrote in cursive?
What?
It's coming back.
Look
it's
at
coming
this.
back to
No,
schools.
my kids.
Is it really? They're bringing it back.
They're bringing it back.
Mark Rose.
There's no discipline, but there's cursive.
How do you write a check if you don't write cursive?
Write it.
You don't have to write in cursive unless you sign your name.
On the memo line?
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't.
What?
How do you write out your checks? So if you wrote a $1,200
First off, the last
check,
time I wrote a check was about 10 years ago.
bullshit.
I don't
No, she
have to
doesn't.
write cursive when I'm writing the
So if you were to
amount.
write out $1,212, you would write out in script?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Your friendship payments are that way.
Listen,
Yeah, every
Justin,
check I give you to be friends is written in cursive.
Justin, I'm telling his friend payment.
Friendship
Yeah,
payments.
it's my friend payment.
Hey, look,
We all have dues.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I don't write cursive.
No.
I never adopted it. I had to learn it. And
But you're a doctor, so you write bad in general.
I'm not that kind of doctor. I actually have decent penmanship. But my thing is this: is I write, if I'm doing a check, it's all caps. So it's kind of
Really?
like, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that is weird. That
That's
looks like
rude.
my kid stole the
That
checkbook
means
and
you're
wrote in
yelling
the check.
at the person who you're
Yeah, like,
writing
why are you
the
mad,
check
bro?
to.
Give me some cash.
Oh, that's right. That's what it means
Yeah.
today now.
All
It's all
caps,
caps.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's why Marshall's checks are so angry.
Yeah.
That's why they all bounce.
They're like, F this. I'm not dealing with that
No,
crap.
the only cursive is my signature.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
going to
me
yell
too.
at me? NSF.
But you know what's funny about signature? You know what's funny about signatures? When I got my driver's license up in Washington, Seattle area,
Makes sense.
my aunt, who's like my mom, right? She told me, she goes, you got to have a signature for your driver's license. I was 16, so I made one up. It was just M. dot whatever, kind of this weird squiggly line for shot.
DR.
She
at the
goes,
end.
that is awful. You're going to regret that in the future. I don't regret it. I told her this recently. I was like, do you remember she's like, I can't believe you stuck with that signature, but it is my signature nowadays.
But it just has DR at the end.
Have you ever seen mine?
Not DRPMD.
My signature
Marshall Shot,
is
MD.
so
Yeah, that's not how it works.
beautiful. It made my children not want to forge it because they couldn't.
Craig, your handwriting is beautiful.
Thank you.
Greg,
I'm-
you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You look good.
I disagree. But anyways,
love you.
I should say.
Yeah, I mean, my signature's in cursive, but it's very much just my middle initial, first name, middle initial, and then my last name. But it all runs together like an ink blot.
That's what mine looks like. It's just a squiggly.
Yeah.
The squiggly.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
And
I signed
why
my
are we
name a
talking
whole
about
lot.
I don't know.
Here we
I
go.
think we
So-
should do them now after drinking all these yummy
Yes.
beers.
I will say that's probably why we're talking about this now. I will say though that Mark Rose's cursive, it's very average. No offense, Mark, but he says, Brewlosophy, thank you for what you all are doing for the entire brewing community. Please accept this alt beer. Oh, we accept it, all right.
Thank you.
As a
We
part of
allow you to send forth tribute.
this
Hear
beer.
Hear ye, hear ye. We
Hitty,
accept
hitty.
his tokens of appreciation.
You know what's funny is I feel like there's a few brew club members who all really want us to review their beers.
Is that
on
on
the show.
letterhead?
No, it's the packing slip.
Oh, through here. On the flip side, looking through, it looks like letterhead.
It looks like letterhead, yeah.
Shipped to.
But what if he printed out just for the Brewlosophy podcast? So I'm not going to read anything about the beer yet, but he does say
Shit, that's
that
good.
it's really good. He was one of the New Zealand Pilsners that was oxidized and bad. Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, you made up for it.
He said, I was one of the purple New Zealand Pilsner offenders over a year ago.
Purple
and
drink.
I'm hoping for redemption. So, well, let's see if he
Well,
redeemed
right out of the
himself.
gate, redemption has been earned.
Redemption.
I will say he did send the entire recipe. We're not going to go over it, but he does
you.
call it alternatively, which we've been saying alt is alternative
yeah.
the entire day. So I think that's kind of fun.
Is it like 311?
Yeah.
The band?
No. The band. I thought you were talking about the ABV. I was like, it's a little higher than that, actually. That was an interesting guess, though. If it was 3.11%. It's not. It is, let's see. This is he's using Brewfather, but he printed it off.
Damn, this is good.
It's
pretty
way
good.
good. So what do you got?
It's pretty flat right out of the gate.
Let's go in order. But you think everything is flat.
No, I
realize.
don't. What are you talking about?
Your chest
What are you
is flat.
talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
Nope. This is dead air.
No, it's not dead air. You were making noise. You were making noise. This smells super duper good, in my opinion. It's very.
Super duper fabulous.
What do you think, Craig?
It smells really good.
Yeah, but
Just
but
bready,
what
like
smells
fresh
like-
baked bread.
That's what I get too, and I think that's going to be a common theme because of the fact that they all use the same ingredients.
Craig's back to how's it smell? Nice.
Nice.
Oh, great. Can we be a little more descriptive?
Yeah.
Like the
Can you
sun.
yeah.
It smells like the sun. What does the sun smell like? Happy.
like-
Have you ever been to Germany?
It smells like Germany.
Smells, yeah.
Angry?
Ooh.
But it gets
good.
very low carb.
No, I'm not getting low carb. I'm getting
Low carbs?
Low carbonation.
Oh,
no, I'm getting perfect carbonation. It's the same
it's
as
good.
everything else.
Yeah, it's-
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the carbonation. I like the flavor.
I feel
the
like you're mixing up
smell.
like certain flavors make you experience carbonation differently or something.
This just doesn't taste very bubbly.
I got bubbles. Are you getting bubbles, Craig?
I got bubbles.
I got bubbles.
Of
yeah.
course, Craig's getting
Yeah.
bubbles.
I'm in a bubble. Like
That's
I'm
his
Craig's
in,
been
nickname.
doing this
That's his
longer than I
nickname. It's bubbles.
I'm in a bubble bath.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Here. I'm gonna have you take some from my
Come here.
bottle.
Come here. I'll wash your back.
Yep. So, you said bready.
Bready.
That is exactly what I get, which I feel like we've said a lot with these beers lately, is that they taste like dark pumpernickel rye bread type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't like rye bread.
You don't like caraway.
Gnarly.
So here's the thing.
How do you
Most
get a
people,
pastrami sandwich?
No, I'll drink grilled sourdough.
yeah, that's bomb too. by the way.
What?
A rye? Honestly, it's really good, but I like rye better. Here's the thing: the flavor of rye bread is not rye; it's caraway. And so, because most rye bread has caraway in it.
Carry that
that's-
shit away.
It's like I'm gonna go well, it's like I'm gonna go Kerouac on your ass.
Cara that shit away. That's pretty good, Craig. So
Give me some grilled
Bring
sourdough.
forth the rainbow bread.
you're like my brother. My Marco loves sourdough.
Oh,
bread. God, he loves it.
I love
pass.
sourdough.
I like it, but I'm more of a pass than I am a take.
Yeah.
Grilled sourdough, though.
I love it.
Like
Don't get
a-
me wrong.
Oh yeah, that makes me throw
Like a
the-
pastrami
the trash can
sandwich?
faster.
Oh yeah,
A,
that makes me throw up.
Yeah.
It's good.
No, it's not.
So a
It's
Reuben
not.
rye is Thousand Island, right? Is
Yeah.
yeah. I love it. That's one of my favorite sandwiches of all time.
So good.
It's so bomb. I can't imagine it was sourdough. And I like sourdough.
Like
I'll
if I get
pass.
a patty melt, grilled sourdough.
No,
Well, that's because that's what a patty melt comes on.
yeah.
But pastrami sandwiches historically come on rye bread.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Gross.
You got to go rye bread with caraway.
No.
Are
So the
you being
Latvians are a lot big time caraway. They use it in cheese, Yannis, all that.
Oh, yeah. That's
so
what
I
they go
love it.
caraway.
I love it. I like it more than Laura does actually. Yeah,
Oh, and Marshall's
So-
a fake
fake Latvian.
Latvian.
Yeah. Well, Latvian by marriage.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
actually, my wife has more Latvian in her than
She
Marshall.
she actually does. Surprisingly, did you know
Does
that?
she really?
She
She
23
does.
and me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
We get to go to camp next year.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
So I will say that Mark really went all out on this beer. It looks like he did a full on step mash. Yeah, he did. 131 for 10 minutes, 144 Fahrenheit for 25, 154 Fahrenheit for 25, and then 168 for 10 minutes.
God, dude. The effort it takes to make these beers is exhausting.
I love that the Brew Club was like, do a step mash, because it's traditional. I don't think it matters. I really don't.
Really?
Think it matters. Yeah, I don't. But
Are you going against the club?
maybe.
Yes.
I don't care if people do it, but
Timmy just sent me a picture.
Oh,
He did.
he's drinking Miller
White
Lite out on the
glove
golf
Miller
course.
Lite.
he's trying to make us jealous. Are you guys jealous?
He's
I'm not
trying to
jealous.
get over the fact that he's about 47 balls deep on the hole 9.
Yeah, which is by 50 cents per ball. He's about
Yeah.
$26. Yeah,
Kirkland's stock just went up.
he does buy Kirkland signature balls. So this is. What do you guys think of this beer? What do you think of the way it smells, it tastes, all that stuff?
I like it.
I
I mean,
love
again,
it.
when
I
I
love
say
it.
I'm not getting a lot of carbonation. Not a lot of bubbles.
Not a lot of bubbles, but it's good.
It's perfectly carbonated. It tastes like a beer. Is what it tastes like.
Just like a beer.
Yeah.
I would
Like
drink
a
this all
man.
night long.
Yeah.
I would drink
like
this.
I'm ready to do push-ups.
I will say
That's
this.
not true.
So, and I don't usually do this on these episodes, but I feel like our listeners are. They can.
They're
deal with
smarter
this.
than the average listener.
No. I would put this right up there with Steve Miko's, which I thought the one in the can that
Ooh,
we
that's
loved.
good, yes.
I would say that this
Yes.
is right up there with that.
Yeah.
And that to me, this has a tinge more sophistication to it, which sounds weird, but this tastes like a commercial brewery beer.
It's really good.
But
I love
it's
Yeah.
so good that it makes me feel like it's like he relabeled it with homebrewing labels.
Right.
It's so good. It's super duper good.
This
Yeah.
puts that amber, the Alaskan one, to
Oh,
shame.
to shame. Yeah.
Absolute shame.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. That's why I like having the commercial example. So far, I would say at least 3 of the beers. I got to stop thinking about those last 3 we tasted in the last segment.
Nope.
But at least 2 of the alt beers that we've tasted are better than the commercial example, and this is one of them. So, yeah, I like it a lot. I like it
A lot.
That's good.
lot, yeah.
I like a lot.
I'm looking for more details on this. So this is a 1049 to 1011. So the ABV, I don't know how to read this thing, is probably about
Here, send over here.
5.5%. Yeah, have a look at it.
Let me see here. Oh my God. Is this what you're trying to read?
That's what I was trying to read, yeah.
What the hell? Oh, so miscellaneous. The mash is 2.7 Gs, antioxidant, SBT. The starter was 288 billion yeast cells. Yeast cells.
Did you say sales? Like,
Sales.
like you're a sales manager?
And then it says 14 million cells. So as I was drinking this, Craig, I was thinking that there was maybe 12 and a half million cells tops. That threw me for a little. Bruzilla says its post boil was 5.94 gallons.
It's Brewfather, not Bruzilla.
It says Bruzilla right here.
He brewed on his Bruzilla, but it's Brewfather as the...
That's silly.
I don't know. Honestly, just go with what you want.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Mark, hell of a beer. You know what you're doing.
Hell
Don't
of a
change
beer,
much
bro.
of anything. Other than maybe put some effort into your labels.
Yeah. I
Other than that.
But let's be
Yeah.
real. Justin, have we
did.
ever actually cared about labels? Have
I
we
do.
Well, I do now that I'm...
You know, I've never... We get done with these, and you've never brought up somebody's labels.
Oh, I've never brought
always
up a
bring up the
label, but I feel
labels.
like Craig and I are distinguished enough now
Yes.
to appreciate the
We're
fact that
103.
there's
We
labels.
should know this stuff by now.
So here's another person who has sent us beers before, multiple times, and he is a big-time contributor to the Brew Club. His name is Will Allwart, and I'm going to tell you this.
Allwart?
Okay, all right.
Allwart. I think Allwart, yeah.
Allwart?
Yeah. Why?
Say it again.
Isn't wort a part of beer?
Oh, Wort.
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 Oh, well, he was born to do beer.
Like he does some work.
ALLWARDT. Look at these amazing labels, by the way.
Oh, God, look at his color.
He went, yeah, he's
pretty.
he's a really good
That's
brewer. We've
pretty.
had-
That's beautiful.
So I will tell you this: he sent these 2, but then he sent another version of the alt beer that was fermented with a different yeast, I believe.
Ooh, the green tape.
Oh,
I saw green tape.
he went green. He went
ALLWARDT.
green.
Yeah, I
over-
saw a lot of
Yeah,
green tape.
so
That's good.
yeah, it's ALLWARDT.
Oh, my
The
God.
Q is silent.
Wait,
That's what it was.
wait
That
till
was
you
throwing
smell
me.
this one.
Oh
smells good.
my.
That is
Wow.
as about as close as we've got to Alaskan Amber as we've had today. That is good.
Son of a
Thank
gun.
you.
That is good. So there's
Is
something
is Will using a claw hammer?
that was not a paid.
This tastes
That's
like a
pretty-
claw
yeah,
hammer.
that's
Kind
pretty
of
good.
weird.
You know what wouldn't surprise me if Will was using claw hammer, which by the way,
By the way, pays for today's show.
yeah,
Ooh,
we love claw
spooky
hammer. Those
lace.
Kyle and Emmett, those guys are amazing.
Dude,
this beer
has more
oh.
lace
Dude,
than a.
this is
Whoa.
rad.
So I guess we better talk about the way it looks.
just a deep,
It's
deep
beautiful.
amber color.
Deep- yeah, copper.
This
Yeah,
isn't
it's
copper. This is more amber.
I feel like those are the same.
That's
No,
a
not even
311
close.
song.
Have you watched Jurassic Park?
I love that. We've
No.
all watched all of them.
So his cane that had the little bug in the
yeah.
amber,
Yeah.
way more ambery than copper. With
Because
some
amber to
brown
me
mixed
is like
in.
more yellow than it is brown. But
That's good.
Whatever.
I like the flavor. It's really
I mean,
good.
clearly you've chugged your entire glass. Here,
This tastes like I'm chewing on a
It's clear.
high quality baked bread.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. And I will tell you this. This beer was fermented with Kaiser yeast from Imperial.
So is Angry East.
Yeah, Kaiser.
Kaiser 999.
So it's GO2 Kaiser from Imperial yeast, which is just a great yeast.
I love it.
God, this is good.
I believe the extra bottle he sent, yeah, Justin's passing out over there. The extra bottle he sent is the same exact wort that was pitched with the Koln yeast. So he took the two recommended yeasts.
Oh, it'd be
and he
two.
He did a split batch. So
Ooh, double the credit.
So let's finish these. This though
This is freaking
this
good.
might be eking up. I feel like Steve's. I wish we still had more left of his.
That's in the can, right?
The one
Yeah.
in the can was still my favorite.
Oh.
It was more
The
toasty
Pink
than it
Floyd
was
one.
sweet.
Steve DeCan.
But this, to me, tastes almost exactly like,
Yeah.
which we've got more Alaskan Amber.
when you say you're going to get a amberish Kolsch alt beer, this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
this
too.
is-
Me too.
I really like this
So
flavor.
to me, this is more of that Northern German alt beer, which the BJCP used to have a separate designation for, whereas most of the other ones have been more of a dry,
Like
Dusseldorf.
south of the wall.
It's you keep bringing
Yeah,
up the
this is
freaking
so-
Berlin Wall.
That'd be east
The Great
west.
Wall?
I get it.
You realize
No.
Berlin is its own city, and that's where the
Is it,
wall
though?
was. Yeah, I mean, yes, I
Yeah,
think.
but the Earth is flat, so
What?
we're really trying
It
to work
is?
things out here.
Just I'm going to give you your own say. It's the time for Justin's philosophy. Go for it.
The Earth is flat. The wall is north. We're here to drink some beer from Germany,
From Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf, or Doofenshmirtz. So Doofenshmirtz was a great cartoon that my kids used to watch.
I've
Perry the
I've seen it.
platypus.
Yeah. The
What?
platypus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it too.
Well,
Your
great.
kids-
I
Your
was,
kids
more,
are like
I was more of a
50.
Hong Kong Fooey guy.
Yeah, that was
Well,
funny
yeah.
too. Yeah, but your kids are too old.
Your kids are way too-
Yeah,
your
Actually,
kids are-
that was me, not my kids.
Your kids are my age, so that
Aw.
puts things.
Well, I am
into
103,
perspective.
so
Yeah.
that
Well, I
makes
would say
sense.
Perry the
Hong Kong
platypus.
Fooey is way old. They would never show that in this
He always
day and age.
came out of a file cabinet.
Yeah,
It was
Phineas
amazing.
and Ferb is what I'm referring to.
That's-
Doofenshmirtz was the bad guy.
Yeah,
And that's
he was
from-
the bad guy in Phineas and Ferb.
Oh yeah, your kids would have
They're
probably
the same
watched
age,
it.
dude. Yeah,
Flintstones?
They
Is that what you
love
said?
Phineas and Ferb. And Phineas is spelled with a PH, by the way.
It's so confusing. You're like, is that a silent T? It's all good. This is such a good friggin'
It's
beer.
so
It
good.
makes me want to pee.
That might also be everything that you've drank before this beer.
They could be. It's a growing problem.
Can you hold it?
Okay.
Well, let's at the very least let's move on to Will's. The other one, I love this beer.
It's really
by the
good,
way.
yeah.
It is
Just
so good.
Light, not a crazy amount of bubbles.
So
Very
it-
tenuous.
So
No.
to me, it
Not
has
very thick.
almost every quality that Alaskan Amber has. This has. It tastes like a fresher version of the Alaskan
Yes,
Amber that we had.
I would
earlier.
agree. Yep.
Meaning that like I get a little bit more hop character. I get a little bit more fresh malt character. It's
The Alaskan was a little heavier.
yeah. It felt like
Yeah.
it was.
It was
Or
like,
sweet-
hey,
like
winter's
sweeter, yeah.
coming. We got to pack on some pounds.
We got to get.
This is like, hey,
So-
this is a good fall beer.
Oh yeah. Oh, alt beer is a perfect beer for autumn season. So I will say this. I don't know what I was going to say, but
Say it.
this one was fermented with the AvgBrü Coln yeast.
Loud?
Loud?
Like Laotian?
Be very Lao.
Lao.
L-A-L brew.
Oh, the B is silent.
They used to be called
The
They
B
used to be
is
called
silent.
Lalaman, and I think they still are. but-
Lalaman.
I could fix this whole Pam problem.
Yeah.
Pan?
So
Pam.
Let me pour you.
here's what excites me is to hear which one you guys like more. Because this is I have a feeling these are the same wort.
This is more heady.
It's my brother.
I don't know. It looks
What?
the same. Your brother.
Did you know that song? He's
No.
not heavy, he's my brother.
He said
Heady.
heady.
Oh, I thought you said heavy.
Heady. I'm like, no.
Sorry, I have headphones.
He's my brother. I do know that song very well. Yeah. Ooh, that smells super good too, though.
Son of a gun, this dude is good.
Blank the bed.
So okay. Agree or disagree? I'm fine. Compared to the last one, this one doesn't have as much aroma, but it smells more beery.
It has more body.
Wait, so
It's
if
me.
we
I haven't tasted it yet.
if we disagree, we're not going to get yelled at.
No.
I promise I won't fire you.
Okay.
You're fired.
It was a good run.
Tim, you're off the picket line. Come on in.
I'm going to take my contract that pays exactly $0.02.
And pay you. Thank you.
Without a doubt, I like the other one better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
This is, I mean, the malt on
Yeah,
this is just a little more intense.
The malt is, I feel like it's muted. I feel like everything is muted in this one.
Are we drinking the same beer?
I think so. I mean, I watched you pour it right when I handed it to you.
Okay. I'm gonna refer to my BJCP.
It smells exactly the same.
It does smell.
Yeah, on the nose, I don't get any discernible
No,
difference.
it's the same, but it is a little. It's heavier to me.
Yeah, this tastes
It's more like sunshine.
This is not.
This does not taste like sunshine.
It doesn't. I was joking.
This
You know what
is
it
not.
I
as-
was joking.
You know what it tastes
Ha,
like?
ha, ha.
You know what it tastes like? An eclipse of the moon. A
Oh.
lunar eclipse.
This is not as continuous. That is for sure.
No, it definitely doesn't taste as continuous.
What?
Yeah, it's not as balanced.
I'm just agreeing with Justin. Yeah, it's not. It's
a little more bitter
It's still
on the
good.
back end.
It's,
I think
don't
that's
get me
the
wrong.
yeast,
It's
yeah.
still good.
Yeah, the esters.
Oh, I
and
would drink
phenols-
this.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
I would
yeah,
order,
I'd drink
I would
this.
order a pint of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no doubt
Oh,
about
he's
that.
getting drunk.
But I will tell you this: that the other one, which one? What was the other one fermented with? By the way, oh Kaiser. That's right, GO2 Kaiser. This is the AvgBrü Koln. Maybe it's the Kolsch yeast.
Probably.
The other one is just like
So my mind when I showed up today, I'm like, dude, nothing Kolsch, 100% alt beer, and the fact that this has some Kolsch in it,
does
I'm
have
like,
some
I'm pushing
Kolsch.
it out.
I don't like that he blended the Kolsch with it. No, I'm just kidding.
What is wrong with you?
Shame on you.
But I will say, I think we're talking about it. I would order 3 pints of
Hell
this.
yeah.
This is getting drunk.
Dude, I would
But here's
totally-
here's the only difference is the other one I'd order 5 pints of, right? Both of them are freaking awesome.
Yes.
And yeah. So
This
good.
individual knows what he is doing. Yeah. Why is your dog looking at this?
You know what's funny is that Will actually sent us a little printout. And I was just going based off of his green tape. But here, let's see if he has anything to say about these. He says, I hope these beers make it to California in good shape. The beers were bottled on September 17th, so only a month and a half ago.
Why is everything so old here?
That's not old.
2 days
Justin.
before Tim's birthday.
yeah.
That's
Tim's
so
old.
sweet that you remember.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
I love my Timmy.
Well, you've been friends since how old? 11?
No.
The year was 1906. A snowstorm set in when old Timmy was
third
born.
grade.
Oh God, 7 years.
Yeah.
Third grade?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 or 8
Wow.
years. Yeah, it's old. They go back, dude. The beers were
Did
bottled.
you guys like play like the stick hoop and stuff like that?
stick hoop?
Yeah, you know like when the kids would run around with a stick and the hoop, and they would run through it. I know baseball wasn't invented yet.
back in the early 20s. So here's what Will has to say about this. He goes, I already said he hopes they make it to California in good shape. Will, they made it in great shape.
Great shape.
Yeah. September 17th is when they were bottled. The bottles were flushed with CO2.
Ooh.
And that he did that to
Is that bottle conditioned?
No.
Damn it.
So he did it from the keg, but damn it. The whole thing there is to reduce oxidation. Remember the New Zealand
So
Pilsners?
hold on. Some of that sounds stupid. CO2 is a gas.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
an inert gas, but yeah.
Yeah. So a nerd gas was flown into there. So they pump the bottle full of nerd gas, and then they put the beer in. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
And by the way, I know what a nerd versus.
I know you do.
Okay.
So when CO2 is heavier than oxygen.
Correct.
So thank you for correcting me.
I'll allow it.
So if you flush a bottle with CO2, what you're the idea is that you're pushing off
off any oxygen.
Yeah, so that when you put the beer in, there's a lower chance of oxidation occurring.
You're trying to create a perfect environment.
The
for
best
which the beer to
environment that
hang
you
out.
possibly can,
Got it.
right? Yeah,
Got it.
exactly. So he says
It's like buying your lady dinner before you go home. You're trying to create the perfect environment.
That's right.
For
a
the
little bit of
business time.
love. For a
The
little bit of
business time.
love. Yeah. So he says the bottles were flushed with CO2 from the keg via a tube to the bottom of the bottle. I did my best to cap on foam. So the other idea with capping on foam is that those foam bubbles are made of CO2. So if you cap on foam, that's gas. That's not oxygen, right?
Got it.
I've included the
That checks
recipe
out.
from Brewfather. We're not going to go over recipes
Thank
anymore.
God.
This was a split 23 liter batch. One fermented with Kaiser, the other fermented with K97, which is that Köln yeast. I sent 2 bottles of the Kaiser and 1 bottle of the K97 beer. Feel free to compare both or just use. Well, we already did that.
Congratulations, Will.
Yeah. There's no real meaning behind the name. I just tried to keep alt in the name somehow. However, I obviously spent hours working on my beer labels. Yeah, well, I mean, you used green painter's tape, which is original. It's the first time we've seen that, right, Craig?
Well, yeah. I like green.
This is a style I've brewed 3 times before and was happy to see it get picked for the AvgBrü series. Well, we were too.
As were we. That was good beer.
You know what's funny is
delicious.
that we made a joke. So somebody else was from Asheville, had just moved to Asheville, North Carolina. Will Allwart lives in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is actually where Martin Keene from the Brewlosophy show lives, and he had Will on.
They should be friends.
Are they friends?
They are friends. Yes, they
Well,
have.
they should be like BFFs, like us were.
Yeah.
Like us are.
They should
Like
do
us are.
reviews of us.
Yeah. Have they thought about doing their own brew queue?
Don't suggest
No.
these things.
Justin.
That was over the line.
That's too far, buddy. Too far.
Well, no, like they video it. We don't video ours.
We should.
We should.
Well, no, it's the
amazing.
Brewlosophy show. It's the YouTube channel, and he just had Will on, and Will was an amazing special guest.
Did you
We should do
authorize
videos
that?
of our pool parties.
I did not authorize it.
Does Will know that you're an actual doctor and you have to authorize these things?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Justin.
Well, I get that you're a pretend doctor.
I wish you
But-
were.
Yeah.
Okay, you dorks.
He's a masseuse and a therapist all
What the
in
hell is
one.
going on with these labels?
That might be the first duct tape we've seen
This is
so far.
duct
Come
tape.
on.
DUK, not DUCT.
I almost feel like we shouldn't say the name. I'm going to, but I almost feel like we shouldn't say the name of the person who sent this in because they know they're the only one who's ever used duct tape for.
Dude,
I think
you
they're
are-
jacking with us.
label, yeah.
They're
You're
jacking
basically
us.
running down the Oregon Trail by yourself. God dang it, duct tape. Duct tape Ryan.
So this is a funny one. So this is from Ryan Thompson, and he's from Pace, Florida. And he sent the beers in, and then I guess he reached out to Haven from the Brew Club. He's one of the guys who manages all of this. And
Did you authorize that?
I authorized it. Yes,
good.
amazingly makes it all work. But Haven messages me, and he's like, "Oh my God, Ryan forgot to include his notes. I'm going to send them to you separately. Make sure." Yeah. So
Okay.
first off, Ryan, that we would have dealt with it with your duct tape,
Duct
with your
tape.
duct. But
God dang it.
I do appreciate your tenacity and your
Look,
ability.
Ryan,
He's
Craig
got
and
a-
I are professionals.
He's got a big bottle.
They're bigger. They are the tallest
is
one so
girthy.
far.
It looks
yeah.
like me standing next to you and Marshall.
It does. Why is it so
Yeah.
large?
By the way, Craig is 7'4".
Marshall and I are 6'4" and 6'5" respectively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're on like a stool that
Yeah.
adds a foot.
I'm 5'8" 3/4". What are you?
Oh, I'm 5'9".
Oh, I love
totally.
when you guys go to 3/4.
I'm 5'9" in high
I'm
heels.
6'4" and 7/8.
Yeah, 5'9" on a stool.
Yeah. For starters, Ryan, this head is incredible.
Oh Oh, look how that is the clearest beer
That's
we've had.
a beautiful color.
So
dude.
money.
That's
the-
also about as clear as the Alaskan Amber, which
up
is
to
filtered.
the-
Oh my gosh!
I wonder if Tim can see this on the picket line.
Right,
But that
this
looks
is so
beautiful,
clear. I could see Craig's future.
Right?
It is beautiful.
What's
So
in my
I mean,
future?
just amber, beautiful. Like if I'm an animal, I want to get encapsulated in this.
What do you see in my future?
You not talking back as much.
Oh, not going to happen.
Okay. Have you guys tasted that one yet?
Son of a
Holy
monkey!
moly!
Wow.
All right, you're forgiven for the
Wow.
duct tape, Ryan
Yes.
Thompson, if that's your real name.
I got to relax on this one. The best one we've had so far.
Son of a monkey!
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I'm trying to look for
that is
Wow, that's
good.
fucking good.
So
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Bleep,
You're
bleep.
good. Whatever. It's the review.
That's bleeping
It's
good.
not unnecessarily like bready. It's just like delicious
It's
crackers.
it's like it's like saltine cracker, but not too much.
Boom.
Toasty bread, not too much.
Oh, damn.
Hoppy,
that's
but
good.
not too much. Oh, your burps taste good after you drink.
Yes.
It's so good.
Wow. Now my head went away.
I feel like Ryan should start a brewery called Duct Tape Brewing Company.
Duct tape.
Dude.
Right?
We're here to bring your brew on a duct tape label.
Justin will write all of your jingles.
Yeah.
This is. What do you think of it, Craig?
It's really good. I mean, I'm getting past the really good part, but man, it's got just sitting in there for a little bit. It is yummy.
It is.
Wow.
This is so. I am a certified BJCP judge. I don't really judge much anymore. I will tell you this: that this is Steve Miko's. I'd say was a 42 to a 45 on average. This right here might bump up above 45 for me. This is. There's nothing wrong with this beer.
Nothing.
It's actually the most carbonated that we've had so far.
Yes.
Which people listening might think, oh, it's overcarb. No, it's not.
No.
It's perfectly carbonated. It tastes like an American Pilsner or something like that. Or not carbonation wise, not
Yeah,
taste wise.
it's got the right amount of head. Color is I love color. That's my job. Color. It's beautiful.
Well, that's a good point. So you're a color person because you work in automobile paint.
Right. This is just like I would take this color and make it a color on a car. That's how beautiful it is. You know what? This would be a great Thanksgiving beer.
Well,
I tell you
feel-
what, I would get gout over this beer.
this beer.
This is good.
probably
you
will.
would deal with. This is
This is good.
Steve, I
Good
love you,
turkey
buddy,
beer.
but I feel like Ryan's might edge yours out just a hair. This
Just
is
a hair.
so good.
The hair of the dog.
Well,
This is good.
I mean, so far, let's have Steve and Ryan's for Thanksgiving.
Oh, you know what? They should fight.
Fight it out.
Yeah.
Fight Club?
Yes. Hit each other with claw hammers and see who wins.
Dude.
And the winner gets a new claw hammer setup, and they get to send us more beer.
I'll tell you what, we could probably set that up with. And here's the thing.
And Band-Aids.
Here's the thing. Was Steve? Oh no, Steve's from Eastlake, Ohio, right? That's right.
Yeah.
He was Ohio. So if I'm the no
LeBron
and
James
Ryan's
is
from
from
Pace,
Ohio.
Florida. Oh, I don't think I've ever finished reading this, so we should probably do that. This is the first alt beer I've ever tried and brewed, and he
Dude,
What?
seriously?
nailed. So
What is
as a
with all
member,
these beer savants?
as a member of McGuire's pipe band,
What?
I think that's bagpipes. I've had the opportunity to
What?
learn brewing from the award-winning brewers at McGuire's, Irish Pub Peninsula, or Pensacola, Florida. The origins of the name of this beer happened at a Highland Games. Yeah, that's Scottish.
He wears skirts.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. With nothing underneath, by the way.
Yeah.
At Whiting
That's where the
Field
claw
Naval
hammer
Air
comes into
Station.
point.
We were outside in over 100-degree heat. Kilts and all, and I had been drawing a blank on what to name this beer. After picking the brains of our fellow band members, our pipe major came up with the name Pippenstein.
Oh, Pippenstein.
Yeah,
Pippi
it was a perfect
Longstocking?
fit.
I want to
Remember
party
that?
with. I want to party with these people.
They're all cool, dude. I was able to facilitate a pinch of a fresh lab pitch of McGuire's Irish Pub House Yeast. That's awesome. This is a proprietary strain that the brewers and pub have been gracious enough to share. It is a very versatile strain that has been known to ferment in the high 30s. Wow, that's really low. That's like high 30s would be like
Almost
lower
freezing.
than most lager. Yeah. Up to the low 60s. It's a nice, clean strain that's thought to have Altbier origins. That's awesome. When AvgBrü Altbier style was proposed, I thought, what better style to brew with this house yeast? Apologies for the duct tape. He says, apologies for the duct tape labels, as we do not have a printer at the house. As we in the South like to say, duct tape can fix anything. Well, it fixed this, Ryan, and this
You
is
didn't need to fix this
phenomenal
beer. That's for damn sure.
He said he brewed it in a Bruzilla Gen 4. Those Bruzillas are amazing.
Bruzilla
yeah.
or Brazilian?
Bruzilla is the name of the thing. City water.
Craig, what are you doing?
He's taking photos over there. Yeah.
What is
Selfie.
wrong with these people?
But he says he used city water.
shitty water.
Well, obviously it wasn't shitty
No, it
water. This
wasn't
is
shitty,
good.
it's good.
This is good water from Pace, Florida.
So I'm gonna be in Florida probably in April. If I can hang with you people, I want to. They
Gator
make good
water.
beer down there.
I should probably give you guys like brulosophy.com emails so people can
Probably
reach out to you.
not. Nobody emails us about us. Everybody likes Jersey because he's so funny. He's so cool.
Jersey's been gone for 2 years.
Yeah.
But yet here he is.
Now,
Talking to your mic, Justin.
I am talking. I'm looking at my mic.
Jersey, like Jersey, wear a jersey?
Yeah.
Huh.
Who? God, I love that man.
I love him too.
Everybody loves Jersey. We get
But he's
around
not here.
We get around. Let's see this. We don't need to talk. He went into his water details. Ryan, this beer is phenomenal. Let's see what he. So he ferment. So here's the cool thing about this beer is he fermented it with a yeast. Remember it's open. You guys get off your phones. So he fermented this with a yeast that he got from a brewery, which I think is rad, and the origins of which should be or sound to be of Altbier.
This is
rad.
so good.
It's really good.
This one so far, Ryan, I have to say, and I love everybody who sent their beers to us. This is my number one.
Yeah. We'll take
So
the
far.
points off
So
for
far.
the duct tape.
I think we got 4 more to go. So
Hell yeah. Buckle up, boys.
yeah. The problem with these episodes is that we
It just spirals.
Drink a lot of beer.
I'm getting a
It
little
just-
buzzed.
A little buzz.
That's
I
the
peed on
pro-
my shoe in
Justin,
your hallway.
That's the problem with these episodes. We drink a lot of beer.
Oh my god, these
Head
beers
scratcher.
are so good, so good.
Head scratcher.
I just want to party. You know what we should do? We should have an annual Brulosophy party.
People have suggested,
Sponsored by Doritos.
Is that an option?
Sponsored by Bobby Salazar's.
What? No, no.
Nah.
You don't like Bobby Salazar's
I
salsa?
do, but that's
No, they blow.
Kind
They
of
don't
ghetto.
blow.
Yeah, they do.
They're the best salsa ever.
Bobby Salazar's?
Bobby Salazar's is not that good.
I love it. I love it.
What is happening here?
It's all
I think
Painter's
they're.
tape.
You know what,
God
Justin?
dang
They're,
it.
they're messing with us.
Dude, it's inflation. It's what it is.
They know we're judging labels, and they're like, "Oh, let's pick the next."
So I will show you this duct tape beer from
tape.
Ryan Thompson.
Okay.
I'm keeping just enough
Yep.
in case everything else is worse.
It's good.
Craig, send that glass this way.
Oh, this is beautiful. Wow. All right, so that is
Whoa.
gorgeous. Wow.
Dude, that is wow.
By the way, that is
Another-
like a perfect glass of beer.
I wish this was on video because,
You just don't get it from our
Wow.
initial reaction.
like, I don't want to drink it. It's just the purpose. Oh,
What the hell's up with the painter's tape
I don't know.
and the duct
I mean, I
tape?
sell tape, but I mean,
Here's what it is. It
Not that
sticks.
much.
Okay, so it's
Fair.
easy.
God dang, this is dark, beautiful, clear.
Let's go. You talked about the way it looks. Craig, what do you think?
it's good. It's good. Damn, these guys are making this hard.
This is gorgeous.
Amazon's
Just
here.
Gorgeous. Amazon calling?
Why does Amazon not wear sleeves anymore?
Let's see what. Because
It looked like he had his Amazon
He
vest on with
does.
no shirt.
Just no shirt. It was all
he
Amazon.
totally
vest.
has no sleeves. He's a cool Amazon guy.
Oh my god. This is way too good.
Maybe you brought beer.
Wow.
Ooh, that flavor. Wow.
This is twisty.
Wow. That is like
There is no after bite.
no.
There's no.
Medium carbonation.
You are so hung up on carbonation.
Medium pace.
Because my BGCP people.
oh
BJ,
yeah, that's right.
BJCP.
That's BJCP is what it is. Yes.
They told me to pay attention to that.
My JC Penney tells me that this is
Right?
great.
This is so friggin' good. I am
about the
toasted. Dude, I like these beers. I am absolutely
He's
toasted.
so- dude,
I know we're
I
getting
used
a
to
little
totally
bit
shop
lit
at
here.
Mervin's.
We're gonna make it through this though, boys. I guarantee we will.
This is so good.
Okay, this is phenomenally
Wow.
well done. So this comes from Jake McQueen.
Jake, dude, this is good, but come on,
having a
man.
moment with
Quit
Jake.
jacking with me with these painter's tape and duct tape and.
I couldn't care
Jake-
less about the labels. If I'm
Well-
being honest, I couldn't care
but
less.
side
Well,
note, if you
you can
guys
lie
need
to
tape,
us.
I can sell you guys some tape for your labels.
Craig
That's
was throwing
right,
the shit
yeah.
out of some tape.
Yeah,
Jake-
sell some shit out
Wow.
of some shit.
You could have rocketed to number one.
I'll
with
get you some
label
yellow
effort.
tape. That's the next level
Oh.
right there.
They don't make yellow tape.
Yes, they do. I saw a
Since
lot of
when?
it. 3M06654, 6652.
See,
Duh.
I was thinking 3M06742s. And I'm like, they discontinued that in
That's
97.
actually plastic.
Yeah.
That you're speaking Craig's language now, Justin. You know what? Actually, that'd be funny if we did a giveaway. If we did like a competition, or not a competition, but like a giveaway, and we included some yellow tape with it.
Oh, dude, I'll do it.
I
Yeah.
know you will. I know
Whoever
you will.
wins gets a sleeve of yellow tape.
And an industrial finishes t-shirt.
T-shirt. Yeah.
No. F that. Okay. I've slept with a lot of people in this group. And I just got an industrial
What are you
t-shirt.
talking about?
I just
I'm
got
a
a t-shirt
virgin.
today.
This group is 3 people.
Yeah. You know how much effort I put into this group?
No wonder Tim's not here.
I just got a t-shirt today.
All right, here we go. Let's talk about Jake's beer. He says, thanks for trying this beer. I mean, you are more than welcome. Thank you for sending it to us. I often give my beers names that are punny
Punny.
Money.
or
What's the
have
name?
something to do with the style or country they're from. So I was trying to think of something German, but my most prominent association with Germany is that I took 2 years of German in middle school. It was there that I met one of my very best friends. Guess what his name is? What's
Tim?
one of our best? Tim Tuttle.
Johann. Oh.
Wow.
Tim Tuttle. Yeah.
Kismet.
By the way, all of my best friends, minus you two, have been named Tim.
Really?
Isn't that weird? Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Sucks for you.
Yeah. Expand your circle.
I know.
Justin and Craig just roll off the tongue so
Justin
nicely.
and Craig.
Craig.
Just Craig. Yeah.
Craig.
Just Craig.
In almost in the,
Oh, cheers.
What?
that was cute. Yeah, you get to clean that up. So in the
Sucks
almost
for your
25 years since then, so he sounds like he's about our age, Justin. Not you, Grandpa.
Wow. I'm 103.
We've stayed great friends and drinking buddies. He's also had some really excellent mullets over the years.
Oh, I love mullets.
So, yeah, who doesn't, right? So in recognition of Tim being an awesome dude, I've poetically named the beer Tim Tuttle's Mullet. That's what we're naming.
Oh, cheers to Timmy.
R.I.P. Tim.
Let's toast to Tim Tuttle's Mullet.
R.I.P. is mean rest in par.
Rest in par.
Rest
he
in
doesn't
par,
get
Tim.
par.
Well,
No,
that's
he
our
doesn't
Tim.
get
That's
par.
our Tim. That's not Tim Tuttle. I should put a picture of him on the label, but I should have put a picture of him on the label, but I couldn't figure out how to print on blue painter's tape. Well, if you're lucky, you'll be able to print on yellow painter's
tape, yeah.
That's right.
Craig will send you some.
will
Send us
send
your
you some.
address,
Yeah.
care of.
What's the purpose of yellow painter's tape? I don't get
It's easier to
It's
see.
not. Yeah, it's just it's a thing. Green was the big seller, and then yellow came out, and everybody likes yellow.
Well, green was because of the frog or whatever. Paint.
No.
Now that
Tell us you're happy. I want yellow.
that's all house stuff. It's crappy. We're talking automotive, which is a little more sophisticated, fancy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a little more
Little-
sophisticated.
I'm here
So-
to sell some painter's tape.
You've been in the automotive world.
I have been.
You know.
Dude,
you know.
you want to meet some bougie people?
That's how we met.
Meet an auto painter. Bougie. Will spend $900 on a paint gun, but won't spend $20 on a lawnmower.
Yeah.
I get it.
I believe you guys.
You're
so
lying.
back
You
to
don't
the
believe
beer.
us.
No, I believe you. I just don't.
Beer?
Just don't care.
We're drinking beer.
The nice thing about Jake is that he said he gave us the recipe, but he said you don't have to read it. So
Thank you, Jake.
we're not reading it anyways.
Well, thank
so
you.
yeah, we're not reading it anyways. So he was another one who did the or as opposed to the and.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, he did the and as opposed to the or. He included Pilsner malt, Munich malt, aromatic, Weyermann Munich 2, Carrot Munich 3, and Carafa Special 3. So, and he did all.
How many threes?
Yeah, I know. That's just the degree to which they were roasted. But I will say that he stuck.
Okay, so I understand you could roast to various degrees, but there's maybe some of your listeners that don't.
No, they all get it.
If they roast to the third degree, can they roast to a fourth degree
Well,
or a second degree?
well, second, yes.
Can they go higher than 3?
Yeah, that's a good question. You'd have to ask Vireman about that. I don't know, dude. I don't
Who?
know. Vireman. That's the malt.
Oh, Vireman.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
God.
feel like we're going so off. Here's the deal, people. This is the problem with sending us so many beers. I will say,
So faded.
Justin, I will say this, that when the Brew Club was like, we really want to send you guys the Brew Club Average Brew beers, I was like, you realize we're going to drink them. So,
Thank you for not capping at 5.
what do we cap it at?
There better not be a cap.
And Haven asked me, he's like, what do you think the cap should be? I was like, well, at the very most 10. He's like, 10 it is. Here we are.
10. I wake
Yeah.
up with 10.
Oh my God. But we also drank barley wine, Imperial Stout, that weird
that's
sour
so
that was
good.
delicious. Yeah. So anyways, so he hopped it. Everything that oh crap, I forgot his name. But
Slippy, slappy.
Jake McQueen, yeah.
Samsonite.
Jake. Sammy, Swami,
Wasn't even
Sami,
close.
Wasn't even close. Jake absolutely stuck by by the guidelines.
Well,
He-
unfortunately, Jake, you've lost 12 points.
because he stuck by that.
Because he
Yeah.
stuck by the guidelines.
So he fermented this with Y yeast 1007 German ale, which I believe is the same thing as Kaiser.
Okay, let's just summarize this. It's a good flipping beer.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna drink more.
So much more.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But we've got 3 more to go through here.
There's more to go.
There's a lot more to go, yeah.
I love Brewlosophy. Hooray for school.
1, 2, 3, yes. All right. Bottle for you, Jay.
Don't mind if I do.
Little paper.
Wait a minute. We have our first label in a while.
It's awful.
God, it's so bad. Hand of Glory.
Oh, it's almost Sunday.
Here's the deal. Oh, God.
It's like he's.
Oh my
What
God!
is
Look at you.
wrong
Just beat
with
him.
you?
Wow.
Can I
remember my
wipe that
first
up?
beer.
No. So, if you could do me a favor, go grab the whole roll of
Okay, I'm making
paper
Laura.
towels.
Hold on. I'm making Laura.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
God, we're in
Just
trouble.
go grab the whole roll of paper towels. So,
Wow.
whoever sent this one, which I have not, I have the note here. I don't
They
know who
shook
sent
it up for a while.
No, it re-fermented in the bottle and exploded on me.
Wow.
That's okay. Well, we got this stuff covered.
You're a little wet.
This comes from Danny Sack. Yeah, my
Speaking of sack,
Speaking
yours
of-
is wet.
It's very wet. Yeah. It is still foaming right now.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you,
Hey.
Justin. I'm going to have to hop in the shower after
Yeah.
this.
Oh, so let's go.
So I would recommend you not open that yet. Well, look at this guy. It's still
Wow.
going.
It's still fizzing.
So here I'll
Beer
tell you this.
respects me. It doesn't respect you. Ready?
No, that's true. But watch this. We're still going to judge it. So watch this.
Oh, shit.
I told you not to open it, dude.
What do you ferment this with? Like gunpowder? I thought you were being facetious.
Facetious. No,
Facetious.
I was being honest, actually. Here, take that one.
Bottle condition. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Craig, glass.
Yes, ma'am.
No, bottle condition is one thing, but that level of that was a what
the hell happened?
That's called a bottle geyser. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he sent it to the moon and then sent it to us.
The thing is,
how did that happen?
When we do this,
What the?
yeah,
Bro.
Bruh.
Want some of mine?
That one's down
No.
in the dump bucket. Dead serious. It's down there sitting in the dump bucket.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, that was something else. All right, so Danny, I love you, buddy. It was a gusher.
You just spilled on us, Danny.
It spilled everywhere.
And it is not clear. This is like
yeah, I
this
was
is
just
a
looking
Craig
at that.
haze.
It's
Well,
not
so
a
here's the thing.
clear beer.
It was re-fermenting in the bottle, obviously. So he says, "My
So
name's
what does
Danny
that
Sack."
mean?
Science project.
No. What does that mean? Re-fermenting in the bottle.
Something caused it to continue fermenting. So the yeast or whatever else is in there was still working and
It wasn't done working.
It either wasn't done or something else got in there and started doing more.
Is it going to do this in my stomach?
It may very well.
Nope.
So I'm gonna say this. My name's Danny Sack from Chicagoland area. Thanks for taking the time
Say
to
it.
sample and review my beer. The Average Brew episodes are some of my favorites. While I do miss Jersey, I also really like the dynamic of the new guys. So thank you.
Cool, new guys.
This Altbier is the following recipe. He followed the recipe exactly. He did the same thing most people did. It's exactly on point. I made this batch on September 1st, bottled these 2 bottles off the fermenter. Oh, that might be the issue.
What?
On September 8th. So he bottled these literally 1 week, 7 days after he pitched his yeast. Given this was a cold yeast, I wanted to avoid any purple beers, though I don't think you'd be able to see that with the gorgeous color of this beer. It is a really pretty color.
It is very pretty.
I would like to mention the inspiration for the name on the label. From Wikipedia, Hand of Glory is the dried and pickled hand of a hanged man. Jesus.
What the hell?
Often, yeah, it's getting a bit morbid. Often specified as being the left hand, or if the person was hanged for murder, the hand that, quote, did the deed. I'm not going to ask about that. A hand of glory combined with a candle made from fat from the corpse of the... Jesus Christ, dude.
Wow.
From the same malefactor who died on the gallows renders a person invisible. Spooky. A dark name for a beer that I'll likely be drinking at Halloween.
Oh, it is
I hope
almost
you
Halloween.
all like it. And thanks again. Danny, here's the deal, bud.
Danny's a savage, but straight gangster. From
Straight
Chicago.
gangster. I love you, brother. But this beer blew up. Both bottles popped, and
Pop.
I have to mop my entire studio floor.
Laura's
now.
gonna be pissed.
Yeah, my
She
old
is.
wife's. Well,
Old
unless
lady.
I clean it up first. So that's what I get to do next. But besides, it's super hazy, which I think
Yeah.
It
is
is
just
hazy.
Is it just because of the craziness of the bottle?
Could be.
what it is that it was still fermenting, so there's still yeast in suspension. Yeah, Danny, I'm so sorry, man. I dumped it. I have to drive. I have to wake up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning and drive 2.5 hours.
It's not bad,
Dude, yeah. you
It's
should.
Oh, I tasted it
Get that-
already. Don't get me wrong.
that back out of the bucket. It's pretty good.
No, it was really good. The flavor was good. I'm
Yeah.
not drinking that whole thing. I'm sorry. I should have said earlier that I already tasted it.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not going to drink it if there's yeast in there. It's just I don't.
There's zero sweet characteristics.
No, it's because it's still fermenting. It's a very odd.
So
Yeah,
what
that
causes
sucks.
that?
You know.
Well, he packaged he
Beer happens.
he bottle con- yeah, that's a good point. He bottle conditioned this 1 week after he pitched the yeast.
Is that not good? Like, what would be the ideal time?
I think most of the time it'd be fine, but it didn't taste like it was contaminated. It tasted fine.
No, it tastes good.
I just think that maybe it still had a little bit more attenuation that it could have done.
So, like, the cooking wasn't quite done, but, like, you shoved it into a vessel.
Yeah. You rushed it a little bit. Maybe,
Got it.
Yeah. I might have let it go, 2 weeks. Something like
Yeah.
that. So, well, how would you describe the flavor?
I would say,
Unexciting bread.
yeah, just yeah,
It was good.
like
It wasn't
a
bad. It was just
White
okay.
bread, white bread.
I got a really bready thing from it.
Yeah,
as
I got a
well.
bready feel. It was good.
Yeah, it was
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
I think with the more fermentish.
Yes.
That's my new word. Fermentish.
I've had good, I've had bad. This wasn't as bad as I've had, and it wasn't as good as I've had. I think it just maybe needs a couple more days in the cooler. Good.
The fact that it didn't taste funky, it didn't have like a contaminated flavor, makes me just think that he pulled it off the fermenter a little too early. Yeah.
Look.
It exploded.
It was Danny.
Danny Sack, yeah.
Danny. I mean, look, just take a little more time with it. Relax.
Well, he probably wanted to get it to us in time, and
I appreciate that.
So do I. So do I.
Thank you for having a sense of urgency.
But even you, who was aware, I told you not to open.
Well, I
that
thought you were a
bottle.
liar.
Yeah, I know.
So-
and you've
it's
still got beer on your chair.
It's a ploppity plop 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 plop.
So, all right. So,
All right, winner. We have the guy from.
We got a good label.
Great label. This is the guy from.
Just some that looks like you.
It does. If I was a little more angry and older, like your age,
103.
103.
Yeah.
It's good.
I
Good
can't
looking
wait
label.
to try it. I
have
refuse to
not
try
tried
it
it.
until we talk about the way it
Okay.
looks.
So this
I'm
is
in-
der
I'm in
alte
solidarity.
Mann Grundkopf, old grumpy man head.
So this is from Doug Walker, who calls his brewery Rusty Nut Brew and Q.
Yes. Wait, say that again. Rusty Nut Brew and Q,
Yeah.
as in
That's
QUE.
awesome.
Q.
As in Rusty
Dude,
Nut.
how do we get to hang out with these people?
This dude
He's
is
from
incredible.
Redlands, so he's not far away. He's like
Wait,
4
wait,
hours away.
dude.
3, 4
Redlands. I just drove through Redlands.
Not
You
too
should
far
have.
away.
What the hell?
You should have got a Rusty Nut on your.
I
way
would
there.
squash the Rusty Nut. This is a dark looking beer, but looks good.
Dude, this looks like
Dude,
chocolate.
if brother's throwing some Q down, I want to hang out with him.
Bro, smell and taste this beer. It's
I love you,
Oh, that's clean.
dude. This is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at the lace.
so that tastes exactly like
Delicious alt beer.
Ryan Thompson's beer. Remember the
can.
No, the duct tape.
Dude, we could do this lace
Duct
on the
tape,
top of a lowrider. That's how
Ooh,
good
that'd be
it is.
good.
Yeah,
That is really nice lacing. Yeah.
very
I
nice.
just want to
lacing.
spend time
We
with
all
your
have
people.
it too. All of our glasses have really beautiful lacing.
Beautiful.
It's also just a gorgeous
The
color.
flavor is
Yeah.
so good.
This is one of the darker ones.
Yeah,
we
it's
used.
dark.
It's probably the darkest we've had so far, but it doesn't taste like a porter
No,
or anything.
not even close.
It tastes like an alt beer.
so good.
Oh, that's good.
So Doug says, I'm thrilled to once again have the opportunity for you to sample my average brew. Unfortunately, I don't have any great story to offer you for this one.
Thank you.
This is a style I've been working on since I started brewing just over 2 years ago.
Dude.
I don't think
What
I've
the
made an
hell
alt
is
beer-
going on here with the brewlosophy?
I don't think I've
The
made an
learning
alt beer
curve-
that tastes as good as this. Yeah.
Marshall, you have led people to reduce their learning curve by years.
They don't call me Moses for nothing.
You're
So,
part in the Red Sea
yeah.
of beer.
He says, frankly, it's still not where I want it to be in a balance and bitterness character.
Where are you
To
trying
my-
to get this?
Whatever. To my surprise, my working recipe only needed a few small tweaks to align with this quarter's parameters. So for this one, put me in rule follower box and deduct points as appropriate. I will say.
Well,
I
you
will
do
say-
lose 10.
I will say, Doug, this is absolutely what. Ooh, he's got a very der alte Mann Grundkopf.
You made all that up.
Old man grumpy head is what he
Yeah,
calls this.
that's what his.
It is. He did the same thing.
He made
used,
the label.
He used all of the malts basically that are recommended. He put 5% wheat in there, which makes sense. This was fermented with Omega Lutricovike, which is
I knew it.
Right? I'm like, this is very Kavike.
I don't even feel like I should go into this. It is.
Thank you.
It's a yeast that people who listen to this show probably know what it is, but it makes sense that he would use it.
It's
in
so
this.
good.
It is
it's
really
so
good.
This is
Really good.
Easily top 3.
Wow.
Easily
Yes.
top 3. Yeah.
Yeah, you're bumping some people off.
Dude, this is
May I have
That's
some
so
mo?
good.
so good.
I want to understand.
The lace
Hopefully,
is beautiful.
you email
the
in Marshall.
color- Oh,
Tell us what the name's about.
Have you noticed
The
that
brewing cue.
Craig just keeps talking about the lace
Yeah.
nonstop?
Right?
But I love the look of the lace. It's just sexy.
It's
It
the
is sexy.
It's
It's
the
very-
painter part of Craig.
Yeah, it's
It
weird.
is.
what it is.
It's weird, but it's an absolutely delicious beer.
This is so dark.
Yeah, it's the darkest that we've had. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
but it's
a la-
not.
I
But
think
it's not. It's not like it's black.
I think
No, not even
a
close.
good lace tells the tale of the beer.
Okay, Craig. Great.
Greg.
You don't want Greg to come here.
We don't want Greg to come
So
here.
Greg is drunk. Craig, by the way, for all
And
you
Marshall
listeners.
doesn't have the ability to edit that out.
It's a bad.
Oh, I don't need to edit that out.
That's a bad guy.
He's a bad,
So
bad
You
man.
guys, we still have a couple beers to go.
More?
Hallelujah.
We have one beer left.
What?
You said 3.
I said a couple,
Okay.
but I was lying.
Dang it. All right, send more beer. Help.
We have one beer.
Help.
We're so far
Dude, this
over.
is. I'm still enjoying this one.
Would you say that that's your
Dude,
favorite?
I have a
Craig?
problem.
I'm thinking so. Yeah.
This is a spinning kind of a night.
Oh, look, more blue tape. Yay.
What is going on?
Craig's only mad because he wants to sell you green tape.
You know what? I want to like, man, we need to really jump into the label making process. It's got to be a parameter of the rules.
Talk to Justin and Craig, the label branding company.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to start selling
Nope.
philosophy labels.
Okay, before we drink this, guys. I
What
have
the hell?
Yeah, exactly. So I have a special.
What?
So we already went through all of the alt beers. So I'm going to tell you this. So if you recall, in the Saison episode, the Saison,
Saison.
we had 9 beers because somebody's didn't show up in time.
Right.
So I want to give a little bit of love to Jason Colati.
Say it again.
Jason Colati.
Kaladi.
Whose beer is here now. He said it's his first time. Don't say anything about it till I read this. He said, that is beautiful, by the way. He said it's his first time brewing a Saison, and he's hoping to have a better experience than the New Zealand Pilsner episode that he also participated in.
Purple
So
Nurple?
that was Purple Nurple episode,
Yeah.
yeah, where everything was purple and gross. He said, I always keg, but I wanted to put together a label to go along with the tasting experience. I appreciate all of the time and efforts that you yourself and the contributors put into the Brewlosophy project. Thank you so much, man.
We really, we really fall on our swords here.
Yeah,
We
That's
really
cool.
do. He calls this Barnyard Bliss. So Saison,
Saison.
a far cry from alt beer.
Correct.
So before we get into this beer, which you guys are holding and patiently waiting to drink, is there anything about the alt beers that we drank, the 10 alt beer, well, really 11 with Alaskan Amber?
I love them.
I would say this, that Alaskan Amber was by far not my favorite. There
even
was
close.
3 beers that beat that out.
Yes.
Y'all, as the Brewlosophy folks, crushed the commercial
Yeah.
example.
Is there one that particularly stands out to either of you?
The last one.
Yeah, it was good.
That was pretty good.
I still have to
I
go with
really
Ryan.
like that.
I think I'm going to go with Ryan Thompson, but like just like a quarter
Remind
of an
me,
inch.
is Ryan
Is
Thompson
that
the can?
the?
That's duct tape.
Duct tape. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
1, and then number 2 is the can.
I would do the can.
The-
yeah.
that's Steve Miko.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Steve's beer
Yeah.
was really
That
good.
was good. Those are my 1 and 2
Yeah.
as well. But I have to say that I think it was Jake McQueen. That was a good one as well. This one right here, the blue, one of the 5
So
blue
good.
painters tapes. It was so good.
So
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's funny because we dump out the ones that we're not terrible. We drank all of Will's. We're not going to get into this.
I tell you what, we've drank some pretty strong beers. This is the drunkest I've been in a while.
So we're going to finish on this
Smash.
So you're
We're-
saying there's a chance?
You're
Yeah.
telling me there's a chance. So here's the deal. We are going to finish on this Jason Colati's Saison that he
Saison.
intended to be reviewed in the last episode, but we're going to do it now. Let's
Why
go.
was it not here at the last episode?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's in my fridge. Cheers. Come on, Craig. Let's go. Cheers it up. Let's go. Smell it first.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I will tell you, that smells good.
Oh dude! Wow!
New England,
Mind
New Zealand pills.
blown.
What? To say that you are redeemed is an understatement.
Wow.
You've been
it's so
baptized in the holy
good.
water.
I was about to jump out of my chair. How good that is!
Wow, that is freaking good.
And I have a feeling
Damn.
this has been sitting in my fridge for 5 months.
What?
I don't remember when it
How
showed
did I
up.
not see that?
It is so good,
So good.
so carbonated, so not oxidized.
He has been redeemed.
Yeah, everything.
Oh, dude, that is so
Wow.
good.
It's
But
Dude,
it's
that is
almost
so
like,
bomb.
it's like
I love the color.
my
beautiful.
brain is trained on alt beer and everything I've been reading
dude.
about alt beer.
I know.
It's hard to say like
It
the
is.
characteristics.
That's what. That's why I said it's such a far cry from
Yeah.
alt beer that we're doing this because you know what? We're not doing the other.
We're here to
episodes.
party.
We're here to party. We're here to party. It's Saturday, right?
Party.
Even though this episode drops on Monday night, but
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Tim.
this saison
Saison.
all day long, right?
Twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday,
Ooh, I do twice
3
on
times,
Sunday.
thrice on Monday.
Oh, trice. Thrice. So good. I mean, just
Dude, this is really good. Look at that
so
lace.
good.
Oh
my
flavor.
Jason,
So
I'm
what-
so sorry that we didn't get to your beer in the last episode. But
what
boy,
happened with the New England pills then? I mean, the New Zealand pills. That they were all purple.
I think it's a thing between
just
like the
shipping.
hops that you're using.
They
and
brewed
the-
it with caca. I think that must be it.
probably
Because this is good.
I can't wait for the
This.
hazy IPA ones.
Oh, yeah, everybody! Craig
Just
wants the
saying.
hazy IPA average brew next,
Yeah.
which we'll do. We'll
Dude.
do, even though we don't love it. We'll
That
do.
will
it.
love
blow
it.
my mind.
Yeah.
What if they all suck? Though?
They won't.
What are you going to do?
I
if they
have
all
faith in the brewers. They won't suck.
All right,
Dude,
I
these guys
appreciate
are
that.
They
crushing
will be
claw
amazing.
hammers.
Yeah.
I was their claw hammers. I will tell you this: that these brew club brewers know what's up.
They know
I-
what's up, dude. They
you-
are
you
so
realize-
dude, you guys are amazing.
They're
Wow.
amazing. I have had so many homebrewed beers that taste like utter shit, and these
Dude, so good this
There
round.
was, besides the bottle bomb, which I'll be honest, like that happens every once in a while. You don't know it's going to happen. The beer still tasted good.
Super good.
It was just a little
It
over
was just a little
carb.
peppy.
Marshall,
it was like, hey, I'm
if-
here to party.
yeah, hey,
whoa,
guys.
whoa, whoa. You don't run in and party right out of the gate.
If we opened a brew club or a brew house with all of these beers, people will go nuts for these.
They'd go crazy.
These are
What
better
if-
than so many of the.
So
What
many
if we
that we've
started?
had. the
What if we
truth.
started like a home brewing podcast?
Called what? The Brewlosophy podcast?
Brew lots-
Beerosophy.
You're on something, Justin.
Beerosophy.
Beerosophy.
Yeah.
Beer awesome Reese.
All right, that's the 7th Average Brew episode, and I'm so glad that we were able to do this. Thanks to everybody who sent their beers in. I think all of us agree.
Oh, thank you so much.
So much fun. Thank
Tim,
you
Tim
so
enjoyed
very
them.
much.
He was in it.
I really enjoyed them. We really do appreciate you guys allowing us to do this and letting your beers spill all over my crotch, because that's exactly what happened. I can't wait to go take a quick shower. Again, if you would like to be a part of this project, head over to thebruclub.com, thebrewclub.com. To learn more about getting involved. Justin and Craig, thank you both so much for joining me to review these beers. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Brew Lab, where host Kate Job takes you into the lab with brewing professionals to discuss the important and fascinating work they've done on our favorite beverage, and make sure to stay hip to everything we're up to on brewlosophy.com. The Brewlosophy podcast is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors, as well as all of our rad listeners. We seriously could not do this without you. Cheers to everyone who has subscribed and left a review of our show. It makes a huge difference. If you haven't yet, please consider doing so. Head over to brewlosophy.com/support to view a list of ways you can easily help us to continue producing this podcast. If you want a reward for your support, visit patreon.com/brewlosophy. Thanks again for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Brewlosophy podcast. Until then, think beer.
Start off the morning with some hot tea, lemon and honey, cause it suits my throat. Put some herb in the bowl, yeah, it's homegrown. Ain't gotta go through the middleman no more. Life is good, the likelihood of me.
Relax, have a brew, and chill all day. Relax, don't worry, have a home brew. Relax, don't worry, have a home brew.